Why?
Because then you just get a friendly wizard, like me, to start casting mage arm. You.
Friendly wizard.
Which gives you +4 AC, and if you don't have, you have a plus, because right now you're losing 3 AC from your Mithril Chain Shot because of the max stacks of the Mithril Chain Shot.
True.
Okay, Yuki.
So it would actually still be better if you
Yes.
just sold it for money.
Well, I'll sell it then.
Okay, Yuki. When you're ready, give me rule. Oops. Yuki went to. Oh, because we're in game chat instead of D&D games. Guys, go into D&D games.
Hi.
All right, Yuki. All right. So for items that you've secreted away when you were being searched before being put into a cell, make sleight of hand rolls to see if you keep them. They'd have to be small enough to be palmed in the first place. Probably nothing bigger than a dagger. If you could figure out a way of securing that.
Don't think I actually have anything that's small enough. Well, actually, I do have thieves' tools.
Oh, we need to have a talk about hidden weapons, Yuki.
Hey, I got plenty of shurikens.
No, I meant the actual hidden weapons from Complete Scoundrel.
Okay, we'll talk about it later.
I have that book.
Sorry,
Complete
we're
Scoundrel.
selling a useless chain shirt.
That's fun.
Yeah,
so
I'm pretty sure
my
I don't.
armor, I should just type in mage armor, correct?
No, you don't have armor.
Okay.
I can give you armor.
Yeah, it's one of his spells. See, that's why he's the battle enhancer sword instead of the damager. He can cause effects against the enemy. He can enhance the party, that sort of thing.
Oh, I can cause effect against the enemy too.
So it looked like Yuki managed to not hide anything useful on her person before she got put in a cell by herself. The rest of you are apparently all back at Anciana's house. Tipo, it's morning and Tipo is still fast asleep, but everyone else is awake. Cujo, you probably spent the night at your apartment unless you want to stay close with Anciana at this point.
Okay, if we're doing something, I would like to go talk to Sarah in her room.
All right.
If she's here.
I'm here.
Okay. Ow.
We're not supposed to die yet.
Working on it. I walk into your room, and I throw you some clothes. I say, here, I have an idea how you can move around the city. Put these on, and since I'm Noontown, we are just going to pretend, we're just going to tell everyone who asks that you're my wife from back south who just traveled up here, and that from ever culture where you're from, it's customary to wear a veil, so no one will see you and you can move through town.
So we're basically in the Middle East.
No, I'm basically saying she's gonna say that the culture she is from is basically the Middle East.
Ah.
Poor Sarah.
I mean, have a veil, get killed by people hunting you. I know which one I would pick.
Give me some time to ponder about this.
Obviously, you tend her out without the veil.
I was just looking at something in Complete Scoundrel that was veiled. Interesting.
Do I have to claim as your wife? Can I claim as your cousin, sister, or?
I don't think think that would work considering your skin tones are extremely different.
That's
As
the
I
point.
said, cousin.
Yeah.
Too
So-
different to be cousins, unless you're adopted.
Holy shit. No. I could prove that shit wrong. Riz, right there. I'm as light as fuck. My cousin is dark as fuck.
Yeah, but there's a difference between humans that have basically the same genes and
And skin tone.
me being influenced by the underdog, my race being influenced by the underdog for generations, for like 6,000 years, and you have directly to Celestials. There's a genetic difference here.
We're very, shit, what's the word for it?
Politically
Oh, God.
incorrect.
No.
Open-minded.
Yes, let's go with open-minded. Our family was very open-minded in the early days.
Oh, okay. Here's a better description. You're saying you're light skinned, but what about your hair and eyes?
Hair is brown. A brownish black, and my eyes are brown.
Okay.
Light
So
brown.
that argument only work if you had blonde or very red hair and green or very blue eyes, and your cousin was pitch black with black as coal eyes and hair that's completely different. That's what we're talking
I could
about here. It's
argue
not.
that statement, but
Yeah,
If
I
someone
mean,
has eyes black as coal, they should probably see a doctor.
no, but you know what I'm talking about here, though. I'm talking about extreme contrast like that. You're not going to find in a very close genetic thing unless we're talking not genetically related individuals. Because
Or
once,
fifth cousin.
To mention, there is
Yeah.
a discern bloodline spell which would immediately
yeah,
let go.
Wait, really?
Yep.
Oh my god, what is their spell for?
Ask my spellers. There isn't much there is to spell for. Why do you think wizards, clerics, and druids are so powerful?
that's the whole reason why I'm getting hunted because of marriage. I want to do it.
yeah. Basically, this might ever be. Oh, sorry, if you're talking in character. My bad.
She said she's gonna think about it, so I left.
Okay. Tipo is still asleep. Cujo,
Yes.
what are you going to be doing this morning?
Going back to the office to fill out the appropriate paperwork.
All right. When you get there, some of the younger people in there, look up to you.
Younger than he is like 18.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
like fucking 18.
yeah, they're like because of the young apprenticeships, and there's like 15-year-olds and everything like that. And some that are like, well, what I mean by younger, I'm like greener, since you've actually been with the company since you were even younger than that. So are looking up to you. But some of the older brass, the ones that are from from Manfred's generation, sort of, basically call you in as we're in the middle of paperwork. Call you into one of them calls you into their office when you're in the middle of paperwork. Sorry,
Alright.
don't mind me. Still a little bit sleepy for some reason. Basically, yes. Except he's a lieutenant. But that's because Manfred, who was like, a captain or something like that, and decided just to boost Jujo over to that.
God.
We're waiting.
I think he's typing something, possibly whispering to me.
Oh, I'm not. I was just typing a response to Anciano.
Oh, okay.
Girls,
Yeah,
make something happen.
I was waiting for Cujo. Cujo's getting called into an office, and I was waiting for him to respond.
I said okay to that. I mean, am I not going to listen to my superiors? Get fired.
I mean,
see,
you are chaotic.
see, I didn't
You
realize
know what? That is fair, Anciano.
I didn't realize you were saying that in character. I thought you were just saying, okay, that's what's happening, and you're going to tell me what you're going to do with it. Okay. So Cujo gets called into the office. It's another gnome, not unlike Manfred, but this one doesn't look like you that much. Just been always upset with Manfred having promoted you to the status. Doesn't feel like you've earned it, even though there's some people, like I said, the 15-year-olds, the 16-year-olds, the young guards, kind of look up to you because you're 18 and already have power, so they like you. This one doesn't like you so much and says, "Where's the proof that this person that you arrested last night committed any sort of crime?"
Well, you see, the thing is, I was there, and the person she was with miraculously started falling, which, if I remember correctly, we later found out was due to poisoning. And then when I questioned her about it, she ran. And then we found her hanging out with a bunch of ne'er-do-wells in that house, most of which she actually killed. But still.
And they were all assassins. And it looks like she took them out. Maybe we should be giving her a medal, not locking her up.
You really? Just gonna ignore eyewitness testimony?
Whose eyewitness testimony other than you? Bring somebody in and maybe we'll review the case. If not, we'll let her go and call it a wash.
You people and your fucking evidence. There was like one guy, I think, that maybe saw it.
Only one guy, and you wouldn't chase this person down on the testimony of one guy.
I didn't chase this person down. I simply followed them in the street. I mean, I simply was walking down the street, which I can legally do. Because, I'm not a criminal.
Sometimes I wonder, Cujo.
And also, have you ever considered using a spell or something? Maybe, perhaps, speak with the dead?
Speak with the dead. Ha! All that spell mumbo jumbo. I run a clean precinct, but Cujo, I don't run it for those spell casters and whatnot.
You know what, sir? I just remembered why I hated you.
Wow. The city must be ripe with magical crimes.
I mean, Jesus. How do we ever catch anyone if we're not even allowed to interview the people who fucking died?
It's not allowed to be used in court. You know that.
Why? That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Because it could be some stupid illusion, not the proper spell that you refer to.
Then you get another wizard to verify their work.
And how do I know they're not in collusion?
Then you get another wizard to verify their work.
No, you get a zone of truth.
Cujo,
Problem
you're
solved.
impossible.
Wizard suck at bluff.
And then after about 5 more wizards, you get a zone of truth.
No,
And then
you know
get
what to
another
do?
zone of truth.
You just get a cleric of St. Cuthbert.
Of what?
Of St. Cuthbert, the god of law and retribution. I'm pretty sure a priest in directly telling the god of the might of the god of law for retribution is not gonna lie about who murdered someone.
Because I hear there's
Otherwise they
even
got
clerics
beef with their
like
god.
a god of law who can tell you who murdered them. And I'm pretty sure gods don't lie.
Oh, God,
Except for the evil ones.
Until you give me some concrete proof, concrete proof, Cujo, I am not going to stand for this. You got 24 hours. Concrete proof, or we're letting her go.
I hate you, sir.
I hate you too. Now get out of my office and do
you're
your
gonna have to
job.
turn your badge and gun. Then you have to gonna go rogue to solve the case.
Why do I get the feeling that Cujo is worse than I am?
In terms of
Why do I get the feeling this is the most incompetent police department on this entire plane of existence? I should probably start committing crimes. That guy will never catch me because he doesn't believe in using magic.
I mean,
that making my
he
credit.
let the criminal get away when he had them cuffed.
I mean, that's not... He didn't let them get away. You teleported away.
Yeah, you
That's
fucking
different.
teleported.
Sorry.
tomato.
I mean, I can't catch up to a teleport because I don't have teleport.
I mean, you could learn Dimension Step.
I could, but I don't have it right now.
He's just gonna steal somebody's spell book and learn it.
You know what? I'll steal Anciano's spell. Actually, you know what? I'll ask Anciano for his spell book.
He's got probably a huge spell library.
That well for you. There's a lot of magic on that spellbook when I had way too much money to spend.
Did it really close?
All right. Who wants to go next?
I mean, you have to tell us if something happens. Otherwise, we are sitting around.
Well,
I'm
nothing.
sleeping because I was awake all last night, so I'm having a rest now.
He's
And
sleeping.
the ninja is literally in a cell, so she doesn't have
Alright.
much option.
Sarah, are you going to come to a conclusion, or shall we move on? The reason what I was setting up is that Cujo now has some choices of what he's going to do, whether he's going to pursue this, go rogue, or say F this, I'm not going to be part of this department anymore, blah blah blah. And that'll be up to him, and how I play with that will be up to him. Still waiting to see what Sarah says to you about that, whether you guys are going to stay inside all day or you're going to go out.
Yeah, we're waiting on Sarah's on.
Oh my god. I don't want to become anybody's wife.
You're not actually becoming anybody's wife. You're saying you're somebody's wife.
I think that to her that amounts to be the same thing, and it's just as annoying to her.
You're saying you're somebody's wife until we find out if anyone is hunting you, takes them out, and then you are not pretending to be anyone's wife anymore.
It's still just as bad.
I mean, you can also live in this bedroom forever.
Or
you can-
why don't...
You can go to the police department and see what they say.
Yeah, we just experienced how competent the police in this country is.
Yes, but you don't know that in character.
Knowledge local, now I do.
No, it's local. You know that particular precinct has that problem.
How many precincts are there?
I don't know. There's probably about a dozen.
Can I go to one of the more competent ones?
Yeah, I do.
Not at your. Probably you'd have to go back to being a standard city guardsman if you did that. You wouldn't
Okay,
be able to be a
never mind.
lieutenant anymore. Because this is the one
I
that
mean, you
Manfred worked
probably
for.
get more stuff done even as a normal city guard. I know in which precinct all the magical criminals are living, by the way. Still waiting on Sarah.
God damn it, Tiana.
So all I have to do is
You
tell
were-
him, Sarah. All I have to do is tell him no, you will not do that. Even
Yeah,
some
I'm
things
not-
are just not worth
Nothing
it,
you at all. It was just so you can move around town safely.
and you can still move around town as much as you want. Whether you're safe or not, we'll determine them by random chance. But
I mean, what I've planned for Tipo way worse.
What, you're gonna call him your son?
Pretend to be a girl so he can, wear veils as well.
oh, poor
Yes,
Tipo.
love. He can deal with it.
Oh my god.
Tipo has a quest of his own to fulfill.
Wait. Damn, this guy's self is personal only.
You're gonna disguise him?
No, I was gonna disguise you.
I have my own disguise.
Yeah, she has the disguise ability. I think we've tried using it before.
Ooh, there's a spell called Disguise Ship. Can I use that to disguise Sarah as a different race?
So, Cujo, what is your character's plans?
Well, whenever something weird happened in this world, the wizard generally did it, so I'm gonna go talk to the wizard about what I can do.
Alrighty. So, you're showing back up at Anciano's house then.
Yes.
Anciano, there's somebody at the door.
Okay, I have my butler open the door.
There's a butler standing before you, Cujo.
Is, shit, what was his name again? Mr. Wizard here.
Do you want to take the role of the butler, Anciano, or should I?
That's an NPC. It's yours.
Alright. Tell me about the butler. Is it the standard butler? I can make something up, or do you have a specific one in mind?
It's literally someone I hired 3 weeks ago.
Okay, standard butler it is. The middle-aged man looks down at Cujo. He's rather tall and gangly. Which wizard, sir? He narrows his eyes vaguely at Cujo.
Jesus, there's more than one?
How do I know that
I'm sorry, Aladamara. There's more than one?
How do I know you're at the right house if you do not tell me a name?
Well, he's old. And he seems to know everything.
Is that not what it describes?
You know what? Now that I think
That's
about it,
exactly what I was trying to
describe
say.
Wizards.
Yeah.
Well, I'm pretty sure I was at this house at one point.
Literally
Oh.
yesterday night.
All right.
Night before
Yesterday
that.
night.
I shall relay this to my master. He closes the door in your face and goes to tell Anciano about Cujo being at the door.
He can come in.
Cujo, 2 minutes goes by before the butler reopens the door and stands back to let you in.
Sweet.
He escorts you to where Anciano is.
Yo, Magic Man, how do I get physical evidence that is non-magical?
Excuse me?
Apparently my precinct is retarded and won't let me use any spells to find clues. And
Okay.
apparently they want evidence in order to arrest that assassin.
Give me 1 second. I need to look at something. In the magic item compendium. Because there's an item that does what he wants. I don't know how expensive it is.
Do you know what it's called?
No. That's why I'm looking it up. I know where to find it. Their hands. Page 107.
Thought we were never going to bring page 107 back up again.
Gloves of object reading.
Yeah.
While wearing these gloves and handling an inanimate object, you can learn details about that object's previous owner through the psychic impressions it has accumulated. The amount of information reveals. Gloves of object reading will not identify casual users as owners. Yeah, but I'm not sure how that would lead to the evidence that the precinct guy is looking for. The
Simple.
precinct guy's an idiot.
Yeah. But we get those. We get the vial she poisoned the lady with. Figure out where she got the vial from, and if that guy is dead, we're just likely to figure out where that guy got that from, and then we
Yuki.
trace it.
Yuki, what did you end up doing with the vial? Did you
Not-
dispose of it?
Right. Oh,
Did you dispose of it on the street before you got back to the Assassin's Guild? In the Assassin's Guild, kept it on your person, or other?
As far as I know, I got rid of all that stuff.
Okay, so it would be on the street then.
Nope, not on the street. Chances are it probably would have been in the Assassin's Guild mixed in with
Okay.
all the other stuff.
All right then.
so it's possible to find.
It's not impossible, but there's a lot of stuff there.
Ooh, spells. Okay, I need to look into the player's handbook how the spell works,
Okay.
and then I can get a scroll.
Hooray. Come on, caffeine, work. Work for me, caffeine.
Enter DC to avoid decrease. Ooh, yeah, there's a problem with this plan.
What?
See, I could literally just go ask a god.
Damn it. God's testimony isn't allowed in court.
No, to tell me how I can find evidence. But if I fail the DC 16 move int check, my intelligence and charisma become 8 for 5 weeks.
That would be bad. Although it would sort
That
of
would be
funny.
hilarious.
That's what I was about to say. That would be sort of be funny to see what would happen with Enciano being crippled like that.
I would if I contact a greater deity, I have an 88% chance of getting a true answer.
Did you say DC is 60?
DC 16.
Oh.
But there's still 25% chance of my character being unplayable for 5 weeks. That's not gonna happen.
You know, do it.
So what? It would be like Enciano was completely drunk for 2 weeks.
Pretty much.
Only worse. Because drunk at least only deals wisdom damage.
No, I mean real life drunk when you're puking on yourself and don't realize it.
No, you realize that your int and charisma are garbage. There is another version of the spell for clerics. Come on. There must
And I
be-
don't think we really have any clerics, do we?
No clerics available.
Ooh, yeah, commune. Commune will do what I needed to do, hopefully. I mean, I'm not a cleric, he's not a cleric, but I'm pretty sure there are clerics in the city.
Maybe.
So that's a no.
Show me the
So-
clerics. Show me the clerics.
We could find a cleric and ask 9 yes or no questions to figure out something.
All right.
9 yes or no questions.
Mm-hmm.
Why only 9?
Because it's 1 per caster level, and I'm not paying for. I'm assuming Cujo doesn't want to pay for more powerful cleric.
Poor
For
Cujo,
what?
forced to pay for it.
What spell?
Commune.
Well, you know, Cujo could always try paying for it with the station's money.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure the precinct has a budget of multiple thousands of gold for a single case.
Yeah, I mean, I can't just siphon the money like that. It'd be
I mean, it is-
obvious.
He would have
It
slipped
is
it
an
into his own pocket.
assassination case, so it
That's-
would be a high priority.
I mean,
But
that's
the
why I just
personal
steal evidence
touch
and steal that.
Of
and sell that
assigning
shit.
money is against using magic.
That's true.
See, I'm just trying to help Cujo here.
I mean, we could still just get the corpse, speak with Dad, ask some questions.
Yep, I have that.
And that's
spell.
assuming that the corpse knows that Yuki was the one that killed her.
No. As was established, because Guy is an idiot, he won't accept that as evidence.
That too, but what I'm saying is also you also have to realize that the corpse might not actually understand how it died. It's not
but
like
we
she
might
was
be
stabbed.
able to ask the corpse who might want her dead.
Now that's a different question because I would not point to Yuki.
Yes, but it points to the person who
So you might want to hand it down that way. That is a good plan.
who hired her, and then we used Bardic Knock, or Bardic Suggestion, one of the Bardic versions of spells, to convince him to tell us how she had the Assassin's Guild, and then we get Yuki. Okay, in this case, I asked, could we get access to the corpse?
I can probably grease a few palms, and by that I mean I'm probably allowed to go to the morgue. Probably. Not guarantee, but if I'm not allowed to go there, I will break in. Rest assured, we will get in there somehow.
Then, excuse me for a second, I head up to wherever Sarah's hanging around.
This case against me seems to be falling apart at the seams.
Okay.
Okay, Sarah, do you mind helping the nice lieutenant that posted guards outside solving a case?
As long as I get to bring my bodyguard.
I'm assuming they won't let a skeleton into the morgue? We
Oh,
just
just-
need you to cast Speak with Dad on a corpse.
We'll have to talk to the person.
To what person? To the lieutenant? Yeah, he's downstairs.
Yeah, lead the way.
I lead the way.
Cujo,
I'm so good
you
at
now
leading.
see Sarah and a skeleton in armor.
Does he look like a skeleton in armor?
He looks like a skeleton wearing a chain shirt, so it looks like a skeleton wearing
Okay.
a tank top.
In the middle of summer.
Ma'am, how many skeletons do you have?
Only one, and it's not in the closet.
Okay, good, because in this town, necromancy is limited to 3 skeletons and 1 zombie. Why?
Okay.
I don't know why, but it is.
That's zombieist.
I know, it's weird.
Okay. They said you needed help on something?
Oh yeah, we need to speak with the dead corpse.
No being blunt about that.
I mean, how are you gonna sugarcoat the please go into morgue and speak with a dead person for me?
I could do my best to help you out, but it's gonna be dangerous for me though.
How would
Why?
it be dangerous for you?
Nudges on Fiona for him to
I
remember.
thought you mean the spell. Simple. I go find Butler and ask him to get us a closed carriage.
Alright.
Chris, I'm assuming Butler can handle that.
Yes, the butler bows to you, goes out, hires a carriage. It will be there
How
shortly.
far away is the morgue?
Not far.
Back in miles. It depends on how much I have to pay for the thing.
Ah,
So,
give me 1 second.
you're not gonna go into more detail of what my character said?
That might be dangerous for you. After you
Yeah.
poke me, I'm okay with that.
No, Cujo.
It is 5
The
miles.
detective.
It is 5
Don't
miles away.
care.
Okay.
Right now,
What did
I'm
you
here to
say, Jeff?
solve a case, nothing else.
Chris, what did you say?
1 second.
Okay. Now to figure out if I actually have enough small money that I don't need to break a gold coin for 15 copper. Yeah, I have 3 silver. 3 silver turned to 0 silver, problem solved.
Alright, well, wake me up when you guys get
I
to
need
me.
to pee. I'll be right back. We are carriaging.
Carriaging.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to watching the show Rain.
Okay.
I'll definitely poke you when Yuki's up.
I definitely need.
What?
Oh no, I just need to work on something tomorrow. Since I'm no longer in Ed campaign, I could do it.
So Ed's vanished completely thanks to the earth.
Yeah.
That just sucks. Cause I really like his
Oh.
characters. I just hope he's okay. I mean, if it's more like vanished completely off the face of the earth physically, that's bad. If he just doesn't, taking a break from everybody, to be someone new, that's sad. But
Hopefully he doesn't waste anybody else's.
what's wrong?
No, just hopefully he doesn't waste other people's time though. Oh my god, that's a freaky. Okay, there's this plastic Christmas tree that's just filled with cats. Black cats' faces. And the lights are their eyes that light up.
I think I've seen that. My cat's currently laying on my bed. I just poked my head in on her to make sure she was okay. And she's just hanging out on my bed. Probably licking her paws and watching out the window.
If I would have had my dog, he would have just been like all over me because he's a brat.
So, how's slamming it at the morgue going?
We haven't gone there yet. We're going to do.
I said we're going to the morgue and I'm gonna go pee. I don't need to do much there.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys travel down 5 miles to the morgue, taking a covered carriage so that Tara isn't seen walking around the street. Plus there's also the skeleton, correct?
Yep.
All right, Cujo, you've been there plenty. You've been there before.
Alright.
So you know people that work there. The usual. They know you, some of them know you. I mean, you kind of stand out. You're so young, but you're, lieutenant in the city guard. So there's that. So it's not very unusual for you to see you there. It is kind of unusual to see a necromancer, a guy that looks like Anciano, and the necromancer's skeleton. So they're kind of gawking as you guys walk in.
If you're not gonna let dead bodies in here, then you're not doing your job. Now shut up and get back to work. We've got important things to do.
The young gawker responds by saying, "But sir, dead bodies usually don't walk around. Not when they're in here."
Wow, way to be a racist. In this day and age, necromancy is not banned anymore. Granted, we did have that incident about... Granted, about 3 years ago, we did have that incident involving the zombies, but maybe that's why they're limited to one. This is a skeleton, completely different.
See, this one doesn't eat brains.
Brains.
I mean, this skeleton doesn't eat anything. It's a skeleton.
That's why he has such a perfect figure.
Yeah, as we're saying this, I'm assuming we're just walking past them,
Yeah.
so we don't have to stop and engage in actual conversation.
Yep, that'd be right. Finally, make your way back to where the young woman, Kim, has been brought in. She looks very blotchy and bloated because of the poison that was used on her.
Gosh, what happened to her?
Well, she died.
I know, but she shouldn't be bloating this fast.
Do you know any kind of poison that do this?
That's not my specialty, though, but my specialty is with dead bodies.
Can I attempt a knowledge nature roll to figure out if I know of such a poison?
So I'm eating a candy bar to try to wake myself up.
27.
Okay. Yeah, you know of whatever poison that Yuki decided to use would cause a sort of effect after death.
Can I know what poison Yuki used then?
I don't know off the top of my head. You'll have to ask Yuki, and Yuki's currently away until Yuki's needed.
Yeah, okay.
He's
No,
on
no,
mute, I'm just
no,
whispering him.
So no. What I mean is, for now, just say, blah 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 poison, and we'll pretend it's what it actually is.
Okay.
Let's call it
Blah, blah,
poison
blah,
number A.
I said blah 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 poison. We're golden.
Okay.
Blah 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 poison, originating from the Blah region by the Blah people.
Yup, exactly that one.
Awesome.
Still don't know where the third Blah came from.
Where came from? I'm sorry.
The third Blah.
Ah,
Because it's in the Blah region from the Blah people, but there's a third Blah.
The
The
Blah-
ultimate mystery of the poison.
the blah is the individual little zone or sector that the particular poison is made in.
Ah, so it's made in the city of Blah, and Blah by the Blah people.
Sure, we'll go with that. So you have your dead body. You've deciphered what type of poison it was used.
And do you know when this body has been killed? How many days ago?
It
Like-
happened last night.
Like, yesterday?
Okay, then I will only be able to ask 4 questions of it, so get your questions ready.
Oh crap. Need to think of the questions. Oh yeah, I remember the question. Okay, go ahead.
When we cast Speak Undead, this will only last 10 minutes.
Alright.
The more important part is we only lost 4 questions.
Yep.
Wait, do they have to be yes/no questions?
Huh? No, they could just give brief answers, cryptic answers, or repetitive answers.
Oh god damn it. Why do the dead always have to be such assholes?
With Speak Undead, did the dead speak sporadically at all, or just answer questions?
They speak normally, it's just that they could also give brief answers, cryptic.
Answers are usually brief, cryptic, or repetitive.
Oh, okay, no, what I mean by that is that when you say cast undead, they're not going to suddenly think that they're alive again and start talking as if that. That's why I was
No.
asking that question.
You're not actually talking to the person, you're talking to what remains of the person in their brain. Also, unless if the thing isn't the same alignment as Sarah, it gets a will save.
Alright. So, ask your questions, Gudra. Sarah has cast her spell, apparently.
Who would want to kill you?
There are many people who might want me dead for various reasons.
Which
I can't
one
recruit
stands out the
Ask
most?
her who of those has the most money.
Can you let Cujo say that again? You spoke over him. Thanks. Cujo, can you repeat that, please?
Who stands out the most?
The dead pauses for 1 second, then responds with, Gregor stands out the most.
Okay, write that name down. Is he the one who has the most money?
Yes.
What is his full name?
Oops, I'm terrible with last names. And the only one that comes to mind is something that that I'd heard in a TV show at some point. So let me come up with a different last name for 1 second. Stutos.
Alright, I think that's all of our questions.
Yep, that's all 4 questions asked.
For future reference, Chris.
Yeah, that doesn't help. I just stare at them and go, who, what, where, and why.
Okay, now let's go, interrogate this Gregor guy. Actually, wait, do you have Zone of Truth, Anciano?
I am not a cleric.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're not a god.
No,
Huh.
he just thinks he is half the time.
I mean, we could always just... I mean, Chris, what are the drug rules in this town?
What are the what rules? I'm sorry.
Can I buy... Is it legal to buy certain drugs in this town?
I imagine it's legal to buy various components, like at an alchemy shop and such. If you know the formulas for manufacturing said drugs, you could probably buy the components.
I need to figure out what kind of drug I actually need to buy. And how bad it is, so how likely is I can actually convince a cleric to take it.
Oh, it's some sort of drug to compel a cleric instead of some sort of truth drug that you're gonna somehow slip into
No.
Gregor.
It's a perfectly harmless spell that for some reason, because it was printed in Book of Fire Darkness, has to have a drug component because it's evil now.
Wait. What spell is
Yeah,
it?
we can deal with that. So, we just need a flower from the grave of someone who has devoted their life to the worship of what god? The deity of murder, torture, and psychotic behavior.
I don't think those sort of people usually get graves. Usually they're hanged and burned.
Well, I mean, there was that mass inquisition a few years back. There's a massive grave at the outskirts of town. Granted, there's no flowers growing there because they also burnt their land. God, they really hated those guys.
So what you're telling me is I can't buy a weird drug. I for some reason need to cast a 4th level spell? Okay. It's only 40 gold to buy 1 dose. So...
If you want, we can also do. How do I put?
I mean, we could also go outside and find out where Gregor Stutos lives and go ask him some questions.
That is true.
Or we could find out where he lives and beat the shit out of him until he answers our questions.
Aren't you part of the law enforcement?
I don't know what you're talking about, as I put on a fake mustache.
Wouldn't this be massively illegal?
Only if they catch you.
You shouldn't do that.
Oh my god, are you telling me how to do my job now?
I'm telling you how to not abuse your position, yes.
I could probably get the guy to spill all the information that he has, but
You're not torturing anyone.
I'm not gonna be torturing. I'm just gonna be implanting something in them.
No. How about
Okay,
we do it
not
like
even I
civilized
would allow that shit.
How about we do it like civilized people?
What is this
Your
civilized you speak of?
We go over there, you interrogate him, and I read his mind to see if his answers are truthful.
That's a good plan. Are you sure you're not a detective?
Fairly certain.
Actually, you're right. We probably have no crime if you were.
You guys did ask for my.
And I probably wouldn't be able to siphon off funds if you were.
I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that.
Good.
Sarah, do you want to accompany us or do you want to head back?
I'll accompany you guys.
Okay. Then we should probably ask at your precinct where Gregor Stutos lives.
Okay, to the precinct. Da-na-na-na.
Okay, at this point I'm just gonna pay a gold to rent the carrot for the entire day.
Cue the dramatic music from going that you hear in every cop show from going between the morgue and the precinct.
Yeah, that should cover it. I'm fairly certain we are not gonna travel more than
Probably no more than 5
33
miles
miles today.
since Cujo walked there. Okay. Anyway, you get back to the precinct. You see the captain guy, the one that dressed down Cujo earlier, standing there. He's the short little gnome guy. He's got a cigar in his mouth and he's staring at Cujo as he walks in with the other two. And
Just to make sure, we're leaving the skeleton in the carrot while we're going into the police precinct.
okay, so he just stares at the two of you, the two new companions. Who are these people, Cujo?
I slapped some stickers on them. They're my deputies.
He folds his arms and kind of gives Cujo another "I'm watching you" look, chopping his cigar. Names.
Sorry, I haven't used my last name in so long. I need to look it up every time.
Oh my god, you have a last name?
Yeah, awesome.
I didn't think Anciano had a last name either. I was just Anciano.
Anciano Manalin. I'm the wizard that moved here a couple weeks back. I'm helping
Manalin.
Cujo
Cool last name.
here with his case.
Oh, I see. You're one of the new up-and-comers in this city. I hear
Actually, I
you're...
moved here to retire.
Well, I hear that you were quite wealthy. Have you donated to the policeman's ball lately? Or bought a ticket to the policeman's ball lately? Sorry.
Considering what I heard of your precinct, I think it would be more effective for the safety of this town if I was literally melting my money down and making a ginormous statue in front of my house.
The gnome scoffs at you. You were heading back to his office.
Sorry, what did you say?
He just went humph. He scoffed at you and walked back to his office.
See ya.
You should really donate to the ball, Anciano.
No.
Why not?
Because I prefer not to fund the exploits of idiots.
I'm not an idiot.
No, but that guy is.
Yeah, I'll point there.
So,
Mhm.
can you figure out where this man lives?
There are various people sitting at various desks. Some of them are actually much younger than Cujo. The youngest appears to be no more than 15, maybe as young as 14.
Now I get what this precinct is. It's the play area for kids in IKEA, only for police. So if Mommy and Daddy go work in the real police precinct, they leave their kids here to have something to do until they're done with their shift.
Damn it, Anciano, why did you have to figure it out so quickly? Now you know my rank as lieutenant means absolutely nothing.
You're the coolest in the children's playpen.
There has to be some way to make Antiana donate money to the ball.
So, I'm just pulling up a chair and sitting down waiting for him to figure this out.
Who's the files clerk?
The little dorky elven guy with the weird glasses. He's just sorting through some papers right now, standing near a corner.
I'm gonna walk up to him and say, "Yo, can I have the Gregor Studos file?"
There's a file in Mr. Studos? The guy asks, then starts.
Well, there's at least a post-it note somewhere with his address.
He starts flipping through the things and then stops when you ask that. Oh, yeah, I know where that is. It's some sort of party going on tomorrow night. Going on there. Where's that tonight? He ponders for a second. Oh, well, you know where. You should remember where this is, Cujo. It's that huge mansion that's over on the east side of town.
Oh, it's that guy?
Yeah, that guy.
Oh, I didn't catch his name.
Well, technically, he's the heir apparent to the family. I mean, there's still the elder Studos still alive, but still.
Huh.
So what?
Oh.
You looking to go or something, Cujo?
Thinking about it. Quick fact check. If I resurrect somebody, are they legally declared a zombie? I can't quite remember.
He ponders for a second. If you resurrect somebody, technically they're not a zombie anymore. They're just a living person. You have to raise the dead to make them a zombie. Or you have to have a zombie bite them, I think. No, wait, that was just that was some old wives' tale that somebody spread and turned everybody hysterical against the zombies.
Sarah's just gonna keep quiet.
Well, that's good. In case I need to resurrect people in the future. Anyway, have a nice day.
Yeah, you too, Cujo.
Okay, now do you guys have fancy clothes?
I do.
Do you have any to spare?
Not in your size.
Damn it.
I need to
Also,
have
why
some.
should we need fancy clothes if we are visiting this man right now?
We can pretend that we're coming to the party early, then jump him.
I thought we agreed on doing this like civilized people.
Okay, then we jump him civilizedly.
We could just head over there and say we have some questions about a recent murder.
You think he's going to listen to us?
If he isn't, then we have at least a reason to suspect him, don't we? I mean,
Does have a point.
we can just ask him. I can read his thoughts. Maybe he trips up and we can immediately arrest him.
Okay, fine. We'll do this like civilized people. Jeez, take the fun out of everything.
The GM whispers into Cujo's ear very softly and says, "This is a rich guy's mansion. You might be able to pocket a few things while you're there."
Shit, I should hold more pints of slave hand.
Sorry, I couldn't resist.
Don't worry, I have Spider-Pan too.
I can tell by the look on your face you're rethinking your decision to move here. And I'm gonna say you should, because you probably shouldn't have moved here. I mean, just look at you now, ruining all the fun. And also the fact that we're not allowed to use most of your means to actually gather evidence.
Yeah, that's not on me. That's on your weirdly incompetent.
Superior.
I know.
So, let's head over there. Horsey, horsey, horse, horse.
Da-da-da-da-da.
As you head towards the east side of town, you see that there's a whole lot of traffic going in and out. There seems to be a huge event being orchestrated right now at this place. Tons of what appears to be vehicles or the equivalent thereof, like travel, transportation of cargo sort of carriages, where boxes of things are being pulled in and out. There's like basically a whole lot of people going in and out right now. But they all appear to be like caterers, party type, planning type people, that sort. The ones that are actually set things up instead of guests.
So we are just heading in.
Yes, so I'm following you
How
guys.
are you approaching this setup?
Driving carriage 2-door.
All right.
Let
Right,
the police
so-
lieutenant talk.
All right, so you do get to talk. As you get to the door, two people in what looks like official-looking, well, I guess uniforms isn't the right word because I conjure city guard titles, but more like private security sorts of uniforms, step up to the carriage. Names?
Joseph Stalin.
They're waiting for the other people in the carriage to answer.
Oh shit, really?
Yep, they said names, not name.
I'm waiting for Anciano to go first.
Anciano Manalen.
They look at Sarah.
Damn it.
I noticed that she hesitated and said, this is my... Give me 1 second to open a book. Yeah, I forgot what this race's name scheme is.
Asimir?
No,
I'm-
mine. This
I'm
is...
Saralza Crystal. It is a pleasure to meet you.
I was gonna...
Ma'am?
Did you hear me?
I heard you. They look back to Cujo. Purpose for being here? You're very early and you're ill-dressed for the party, and you do not appear to be caterers.
We're here to discuss some business.
What kind of business?
Business of murder?
Yes, he's been murdered, sir.
What?
And who is it that's been murdered, sir?
I don't think the city guard should have to reveal details of an ongoing investigation. It might taint the witnesses.
He gave a false name. He didn't actually claim to be from the city guard.
I'm Sergeant
Yeah.
Joseph Stalin.
But my character doesn't care because he's
Hey, you have the
lawful.
deputy badge paint. You have the deputy sticker on you. So yeah, that's his sign of authority, huh? You're a deputy.
Also, think about it this way: what would your employer think if, in case of letting us in here to ask him a couple friendly questions about an associate of his, he would make us come back during his big party with an entire squad of city guard officers to drag him to the precinct to ask him the same questions?
I doubt you're dragging the boss to the precinct. Besides, he hasn't done nothing. One of the private security guys disappears into the house, while the other one just kind of stares at you.
Okay, I'm waiting.
Alright. So you guys are just gonna sit there and wait?
I'm assuming that guy is going in there to announce us, so...
Well,
Yeah,
one of them
I'm
is. The other one's just standing there staring at you. Anyway, you wait a total of 5 minutes, and eventually a really big guy. Looks like he's getting up there in years. He looks like he is about 300 pounds, but is less than 6 feet tall and looks to be about 60. Is now standing there in front of you, looking very angry. What is the meaning of all this?
Are you, Gregor Stutos?
No, that's my son. I was told that some people were here to talk to me about murder.
Crap, we got the wrong one.
How
Oh.
dare you, sir? What is your
How-
name?
What?
What is your name, sir?
Joseph Stalin.
And, Mr. Stalin, why have you come to my door this night to discuss murder with me?
Night? It's a
Well-
middle of the day.
Are you blind, sir?
Think nothing of my words. Answer my questions.
So, we are not here to speak to you, we are here to speak to your son.
You will
An
speak to me.
associate of his was murdered, and we are here to ask him some questions that might help us find whoever did this.
You do not appear to be the city guard. I mean, what gives you cause to question my son about all this?
Sir, do you really want the entirety of the city guard to march up here to drag your son down there? We just want to ask him some polite questions.
Gregor puts his hands on his hips and starts laughing loudly. He seems to be bringing up some spittle and is just shaking his head. You have no idea how things are run in this town, do you? You must be new here.
I am, but the last time someone said it to me, it didn't end well for them.
The city guard wouldn't dare come marching into my home.
And look exasperated at Cujo.
Well, most of them wouldn't. Could probably get
No,
a couple of them over
For
here.
you to talk to this guy before I blow him into space.
Oh. This guy's a wizard. Fear him.
Bah, wizards. They think they can get away with anything, don't they?
Because they can. Because we don't investigate magical crimes for some stupid-ass reason.
Who says that? There's plenty of magical investigators out there.
Name fucking one.
He rattles off a few names that you haven't heard of.
Who the fuck are those people?
Ones I've hired in the past to investigate things for me.
Those are private investigators. Those aren't the guards. The guards refuse to prosecute any magical crimes. Because they're assholes. And they never want to listen to my advice.
Then
God.
why do you work for them?
Because I get paid.
There are plenty of better ways of getting paid than that. The city guard makes next to nothing.
Yeah, but I also, get to stroll around town all the time. I barely have to work at all. I just have to make sure I meet a quota of arrests.
So you admit that you're lazy.
Whoa! We came here to interrogate you, not me.
You didn't
Wait,
come
I'm
here to...
sorry, we came here to interrogate your son, not me.
Sir, you're being rude. Please mind your manners. I'm pretty sure your mother raised you better than this.
Are you talking to the man whose home you're invading?
We're
We're not invading his home.
We're on his
literally driving up to a carriage saying, hey, we are the police, we would like to ask you some polite questions.
He looks at his security people and says, "Get these folks
And I've
out
been
of here!"
nothing but courteous so far.
And he heads back inside.
So, Anciano, should we beat the shit out of these guys, or should we just leave and come back later?
Sarah wanted to say something.
Sorry, too late now. The guy already went back inside.
Okay.
I couldn't say anything, but alright.
No, sorry.
In that case, I have an idea. Let us leave the exact property line.
Alright.
Since my major image is still active,
You
and
did cast.
major image can do whatever the fuck I wanted to do, I am now blasting the street with Gregor Stutos is suspected of murder and hiding in this house. No, wait, let me rephrase it because that could be construed as libel. Gregor Stutis is wanted for questioning in regards to a murder and hiding in this house. I'm blasting the street. So, the exact point, and I'm making big letters, so that anyone that goes into this party has to go through letters that screams that. I'm sitting here. I'm also making tea.
Okay, let's see what happens.
I'm gonna go in town to find
So
something proper to wear.
So, Sarah, you've left the carriage. Itziana, you're in the carriage. Cujo, are you in or out of the carriage?
I guess I'll be in the carriage. Wait, no, out of the
I'm
carriage.
gonna be slowly leaving the
Are
carriage.
you joining Sarah and her skeleton on their shopping joint?
You know what? I'm staying in the carriage.
All right, last chance.
I'm not gonna be.
I
I
can't
wanna
have bad.
see.
I can't have bad publicity.
I'll offer you some tea if you want.
All right.
Sure.
After a couple minutes of this, 4 city guards in full armor come walking over to your carriage.
Can I help you, officers?
Yes, you're being a public nuisance. Move along.
This is a peaceful protest, sir. We're allowed to do this.
Where's your permit?
It's I motion on Ciano to hand me a piece of paper and a
I have
pen.
you a piece of paper.
It's right here.
Let's see. Yep, he believes you. He looks at it. He starts nodding and and looks at the others and says, "Yeah, they have a permit." And one of them goes, "Ugh." Like, well, you can't put your sign directly in front of the door. You have to move it a little bit to the side.
Okay, sorry. I will move my image. I wasn't aware. Thank you for your assistance, officers. Do you want a cup of... Do any of you want a cup of tea?
No,
Something
thank
to eat for the road?
No, thank you, sir. Carry on. Good one, Cujo.
How much would it be just for an rest?
Probably courtier's clothing was like 30 gold.
Yeah, if we're going by the player's handbook.
30 gold?
Alternatively, if you want to really accessorize, like really, really accessorize, the Arms and Equipment Guide has a detailed clothing breakdown.
That's cool.
It also has a jewelry breakdown in case you really need it. It would also tell you how much basil costs.
Yay!
Oh my god. Does it tell you how much oatmeal costs?
Of course it does.
What about rosemary and oregano?
7 silver per pound. Oregano?
I mean, I've been
costs
trying to
about-
find the price for a sack of oatmeal, but I can't find it anywhere.
I already bought 2 sacks.
How much do they cost?
I estimated, and I just paid 7. I just paid 7 gold each, assuming that's like 10. That it's each is at 10 pounds.
Nice.
Anyway, we are still sitting in our carriage. I can sit here all day.
So are either of
I
you
have
getting
literally have
duty-
food. Correction. I can literally sit here forever. I have food for forever, Busmi, in this carriage.
What about going to the bathroom? What about sleeping?
Okay, I need to sleep sometime for 8 hours, but that's a future me problem. And since we're in a medieval town, if I piss on the street, it's not any different from the people throwing their shit out the window. So
Except I'm obsessed with indoor with even medieval places having indoor plumbing, so that doesn't exactly work.
Yeah, but I mean, they probably have, like, a wizard street sweeper who just casts prestidigitation on all the streets.
Yeah, there's that
Alternatively,
too.
I have a bag of holding I can use as a personal toilet.
Wow.
Problem solved.
Would you really want to reach down into a bag of holding and find something smelly and squishy in there?
It's empty. I'm giving it to the cleaning staff afterwards.
Yes, we broke our GM.
Oh God, that's a great use for
Oh,
humor.
he's gonna get
I
paid back
cast
for
the
that.
rope trick right in his door. Go take a shit in the rope trick, and when the rope trick ends, the shit will drop out of the sky on whoever is below it.
Nice.
I think we broke Chris.
Yeah, I think we broke Chris. Yeah. I think we should all get a free crit for that. No, just kidding.
I demand a hero point. And a drama dice. And an
Drama
action
dice.
point. I'm running out of roleplay reward systems in different RPGs now.
I'm trying to remember where hero points from. That does sound familiar.
Hero points are from Pathfinder. Action points are from 3.5 Eberron campaign setting. And drama dice are from 7th C.
Okay. That was funny.
Drama dice are by far the best of them.
Nice shoes.
Yay!
Damn, that's hot. I like that dress.
I don't think they have the materials for this dress.
Magic.
I was about to say that magic. You,
A
you're
wizard
already.
did it.
Yeah, you're already. You're already
You should know
saying
he's probably a
that.
good friend of yours, Antiano.
Oh, you know your career has failed when you're a wizard sitting in a room somewhere making nylon. All
Yes, but
day.
it serves a purpose.
He's that guy you haven't seen since high school because he dropped out.
Yeah. I mean, everyone else is bartering with Ifriti for vast amounts of gold, and you're sitting in a hovel
Or alternatively, it could have actually been made by somebody from that dimension. The Afridi or something like that.
It's a novel idea because it's funnier.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, we are still sitting in our carriage.
Alright, and Sarah has come back now dressed in her finery. It's starting to get towards evening.
Yeah.
With some hair color changes.
And I've finally awoken.
Well, you're a ranger. You can probably track the party down.
I'm fully intending on sitting here until the party starts and pretty much ruining their party conversations.
So, what's going on, guys?
You're not here.
No, I told him
Oh.
because he's a ranger, he can track you guys down. And you discover that they're sitting. That the two of the three of them are sitting in front of a house with a sign. They're waving in front of it.
Well, I mean, he doesn't have to track us down. I mean, everyone's probably talking about, hey, there are those assholes sitting out there with that giant-ass sign
Give me a
screaming.
second. Let's see. Knowledge.
I mean,
Local.
he could also literally ask the butler where we went, then goes.
Ooh, so I completely fail on knowing whether or not there's a party going on where everyone is.
The butler knew that you were going to the morgue. The butler didn't know anything after that.
Yeah, but from there, it's not that hard to find us.
Alright, give me a second.
It's literally like a DC 10 gather information that you find us at this point.
Yeah, but gather information takes 1d4 plus 1 hours.
Unless you have the cool Changeling Rock ACF, then it takes 1d4 times 10 minutes.
Ooh.
Which is really useful if you need info, because you can...
And I completely fudged my search check. So I still can't find you guys. Awesome, so I'm just wandering around the town not knowing what's going on.
Don't worry, my skeleton has to be stylish too.
Don't worry, if you come within like 100 feet of us, you'll know where we are.
Okay, roll a d20 and tell me what the result is. I'm crossing it at the moment. Hey there. Aw, you're so cute and fuzzy. Oh, you're showing me your belly to rub. Oh, such a cute cat.
I
Yeah,
can't
look at
wait
what my
until the
skeleton's
next
dressed
until
in.
level 9 when I can maintain concentration as a swift action.
It's not working. Make
What'd
it
you
work.
roll? What you end up
So-
rolling?
It's not working. I rolled a 3.
No! Sarah, roll a 1d20 for me.
Again?
Sarah,
Wow.
roll a 1d20 for me.
12.
No. Roll one for your skeleton.
The skeleton that is with her?
Rolled a
And
2.
mindless?
The skeleton fudges.
What'd the skeleton roll?
A
2.
2.
Okay. So none of you by happen chance, none of you have run into the other. Sarah, you finished your shopping and returned to Anciano. The others, the ranger has failed to find or randomly bump into any of you. So
And I return home.
Hey, Anciano, didn't you have someone else staying at your house?
Yeah, he's watching over the people in there that might be hunted.
Oh,
Tiva.
wait. Oh, so we don't have to go find him. Okay, thanks.
Wouldn't it be out of ordinary to see a skeleton in a tuxedo for all the people?
Now you find it a little odd, but mostly eccentric rather than out of the ordinary.
You know what I would find most distressing about a skeleton in a tuxedo? How bad the tuxedo would fit.
It's tuxedo
Because it wouldn't
specifically
work at
designed
all.
for skeletons.
I mean, it would just sag all everywhere because there's no flesh and muscle to hold it.
Excuse me, sir, the tuxedo is specifically made for skeletons?
So it's basically 2 straws and a jacket?
What it is it's made out of like spandex that just looks like a tuxedo.
Lycra. It's
Even
made
more
out of lightweight lycra.
Okay,
Ooh.
how long do we have to wait until party time?
Give me like 2 or 3 minutes. And I'll be right with you.
I meant in character.
Probably half an hour, enough time for Sarah to touch base with the group of you and after she finds you again.
Okay, in that case, I change my chain shirt into fine clothing. Ta-da.
Are you also going to help out Kuja with that, or are you just going to leave him to suffer in his clothing?
No, it's literally something I enchanted on my armor when I was getting rid of lots of money.
Okay, so it's only Kuja that's going to look like a slut then.
Since I'm gonna be on my way, I should probably get them something.
Are you picking
I
up
mean,
anything
I
for
only
Kuja?
do that when you come in fine clothing because that obviously means a change.
Yeah. I'll probably buy Kujo a suit.
I mean, Kujo doesn't need a suit. I can make him one
Already bought one though.
out of magic.
Let Sarah buy him one. He'll look fabulous.
Yeah, I
in
know.
it. It can't be any worse than the clothing that Mel just bought for him over the previous campaign.
That
Can't be any
clothing
worse than the clothing was wearing voluntarily in the previous campaign.
Yes,
That was
Mel,
fabulous.
yes, Mel just bought that all for him. It was on the ship. The one that now, in this alternate universe, he never got on.
Yeah, so now I don't wear ridiculous clothing or pose. And I have nothing against the continuum shift.
No, you still pose, but you don't have it's only time lawyer you don't have anymore. You have regular profession lawyer, but you still have
Hey,
the
Dad.
pose skill.
Well,
I'm
actually, I
gonna
took
go.
all the points out of lawyer and put them in detective.
Yay! But you still pose, right?
No.
Aww.
I mean, since I never, met
Never had-
Maldus,
That's
I
right,
never
you
got
never
that
had-
silly streak, which
That's
led
right.
to
You never had the pose wars. That's too bad. I always liked the
Yeah.
pose war.
By the way, did you buy an Inquisitives kit, Kujo?
Oh, what?
An Inquisitives kit.
What's
It's on
that?
the list of million items I have. It's basically a set, like the equivalent of a healer's kit, only for investigating stuff. You have like stuff to dust, vials to take samples, gloves, notebook. You have the full CSI set,
How much does that cost?
like 30 gold.
Okay, I'm gonna pay for one of those.
Cujo, investigator. Cujo, you can make your own TV show with that. Or maybe your own cool book series. Maybe a weekly comic if any of us could draw. Can any of us draw? 'Cause I know I can't.
Webcomics,
try.
the top thing is you don't need to be able to draw to make a shitty webcomic.
I don't know, I can't even draw like the shittiest webcomic. Well, except for maybe Cyanide and Happiness, but that really is shit.
Oh no, that's not a shitty webcomic. I'm talking about really shitty webcomics. Like Sonic fanfiction webcomics.
I don't know of this.
Okay, how much does the Inquisitor kit weigh?
It's 300 gold and weighs 4 pounds.
How many pounds?
4 pounds and will cost 300.
There you go, my soup is cooking. Get me earlier. What'd you answer?
It contains containers of various shapes and sizes
Oh.
made of glass, metal, and wood, fine silk gloves, mundane dusts and brushes, tweezers, picks, probes, a magnifying lens, inks and quilts, chalk and charcoal, parchment sheets, a small journal for recording notes. And it grants a +4 circumstance bonus on checks made to investigate the theme of a crime.
Sweet.
Use your glasses for my head, they're not cat toys.
So whenever you're ready, Gris.
Alrighty. So everybody's ready for the party and nicely dressed.
So far we haven't been invited to the party. I'm so far on the plan of ruining this guy.
Yeah, I figured you-
party until he comes talking.
Ooh, that's an awesome outfit for Cujo. But, I mean, look at that, Cujo. That's cool. But anyway, so you guys are gonna crash the party, I take it. At least I think that's Cujo's plan. And Sarah's just, somebody who can easily get into a party.
I mean, I'm just ruining this guy's party. I'm not crashing a party. That would be rude.
Anyway. So, I guess Cujo and Sarah just will leave you in the cart for now.
So me and Cujo are in the cart.
No. I mean, Itziano is apparently staying in the cart, but you and Cujo are not. You and Cujo are going to head towards the door along with everybody else.
Yeah, I gotta
Okay.
sneak in with the crowd.
Alright. Apparently there's invitations, and as you get up to there, one of the guards, a different guard, not one of the ones that already saw you guys, but a different guard
Invitations.
asks for an invitation. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Act like she's
I'm
put
gonna
that on
hand him
for it.
one then.
Holy crap! Yep, yeah, you just handed him one. Wow, Sarah didn't even need to bluff her way in. You two were waved in. Sarah and Cujo, welcome to the party.
With a skeleton in a tuxedo.
I think they assume that he's your bodyguard and let him in.
Okay.
They are kind of staring, but apparently whatever Cujo gave them is good enough to let the skeleton in too.
I don't even know what I gave them.
You gave him a receipt.
Literally just sleight of handed somebody and handed it to the guy.
Gave them a McDonald's receipt. They'll be loving it.
Whatever it is, they believed it. But anyway, so they let you guys in. There's lots of music on this floor. People gathered into various groups chatting. There is a full buffet with little bits of canapes and little flutes of what's probably champagne or the equivalent thereof. Some bowls of fruits, and various waiters in definite tuxedos. Not like yours, Cujo. Definitely more official. Yours is more, you're looking cool in that. Circling with little foods like the high-end equivalent of pigs in a blanket sort of things.
Okay. First we need to locate the target. Well, actually, first we need to blend in, then we need to locate the target. So go schmooze, people. I'm gonna stand in the corner by those foods over there. and then I'm gonna proceed to start taking all the food.
The bards start play. Are playing various music, and there's lots of good food next to you, and some people that try to take it as you stand by it.
Okay, spot check. Where is it? I don't know if I see Gregor Stutos with that shit.
No, you do not, Sarah. What sort of people would you rather smoosh?
I don't get the term.
Schmooze?
I mean, would you rather chat with people your age and look like other women around your age? Would you like to chat with guys your age, older guys, older women? What's your
Probably
type?
go. Probably just try to gather information from all around.
Pick one. We'll start there.
Okay. The women my age.
All right. You approach a group of young ladies who are dressed in finery. They look you over in your clothes and smile at you. One holds out a hand and says, "Hello, I haven't seen you at one of these before."
Hello, I'm new in town.
Well, nobody invited to this type of gathering. How lucky for you.
I know, it's an honor.
Another one says, "Oh, did you hear the news that Kim died this morning? Oh, it's horrible.
did?
She." I'm sorry. Can you repeat that? What you said? I didn't hear you.
She did? I'm so sorry.
Yeah, she was always a hit at these sort of parties. Always coming to them. She would have loved this. Yeah, it's horrible. Another one agrees. I heard she was poisoned. That there was some sort of assassin involved.
Oh my god. Who would do such an awful thing?
Another one shrugs. You never know these days. She was young, she was pretty, she was popular. Another one snickers and says, "Yeah, she had young men after her, and she didn't really care for them." Another one snickers too.
Well, may her soul rest in peace.
Mm-hmm. They start drinking. They take a drink. An agreement.
Oh my god. So out of care. Sarah must be dying inside.
You're at a party. You're with the common clique type girls.
The basic bitches.
Yeah, the ones I couldn't stand either. And of course, in high school, nobody really liked me. I was that kind. But anyway.
So I'm just gonna probably search around, see if Kuja's still doing his thing, and move on to the next group.
Yeah, Kuja just seems to be getting his food, and he's apparently doing that in real life too.
Next group will probably be the men.
Men your age?
Yeah.
Alright, hold on. I'm trying to find the right music to put in the background. Okay, that sounds perfect. Can you guys hear this? Is the music playing in everyone else's background, or just mine?
Yep, I can hear it.
Alright, cool. I was trying to find the right music for the party. Ooh, beans!
Freehold
Yeah.
list?
What's wrong? I'm sorry.
Freehold list? Because you said beans.
Kujo came back with a can of refried beans. Anyway, so yeah, Kujo appears to be still eating over in the corner. He could use it. Kujo looks too skinny. It's almost as skinny as your skeleton. Maybe that boy's not fed enough.
Almost as if I am your skeleton. Dun 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 dun.
Don't
Yeah.
flatter yourself.
You're not,
What
the,
a twist!
you're not the same height, and so far, because if people get objectionable about it, we're not doing time warp issues. Now, in the other campaign, that would have been entirely possible. So, Cujo, you just gonna stand there and eat? That's all?
Well, I mean, I'll make another spot check to find the guy.
As you look around the room, you see off towards one corner near a door arch is a man who might be Gregor. He's dressed finely. He appears to be capturing the attention of a group of people in their 30s and a couple in their late teens who are hanging on his every word.
There's the kiss husses of the party.
Okay, I'm gonna walk back up to Sarah. I'm gonna whisper to her. I'm gonna need you to try to flirt with that man so we can get him alone. Actually, first find out his name, and then if it's the guy we're looking for, then get him alone.
But first, I'm gonna go get other information to see if any of these other people know first. Then I'll do your plan.
You know what? That actually would be a better way to find out. Yeah, let's do that then.
Cujo, are you joining
I'll
Sarah?
go scope out the snack table, watch you from afar. Make
Okay,
sure
nice
you're not
information.
messing up. I say as I go back to gorging myself on the snack table.
Sarah's gonna act like if he was just a random person, and she's gonna lightly giggle.
Yeah, Cujo's just letting you all do it yourself.
Yeah, I know.
Tiano is just parked out outside, being the grumpy old man. You know what kind I'm talking about.
I hate everything. I hate children. I hate you. Hate this new music.
What are you doing on my lawn? Sir, you're in a carriage on the street. Get off my property. You're in the middle of the street, sir. Can I escort you home? Get away, you youngin'. Start respecting your elders.
That is excellent. It sounds like the party music ended, but the cards are still playing in the actual place. So you've now walked over to a group of young men who aren't the ones that Cujo pointed out to you. They're talking and laughing. One of them looks up from what he was chatting about and looks you over and smiles broadly. Well, hello there.
Hello.
I haven't seen a gorgeous woman like you with this sort of thing before. Are you new in town?
Why, yes, I am.
Well, our luck then. He extends a hand.
She's gonna shake it.
He pulls your hand to his lips to kiss it.
Oh.
So, what is your name?
Well, I go by a sweet name called Sarah.
Sarah. Well, welcome to Ravenwood. So,
She's gonna,
go ahead. What are you saying?
she's just gonna smile.
So, are you going to be staying here from now on, or are you just passing through?
I'm still deciding.
Well, I hope you decide to stay. You would really perk up the local color around here.
Thank you.
He's let go of your hand by now, but is still looks like he's eager to pick it up again.
And what by your name be?
Oh, I am Jonathan.
It's nice to meet you, Jonathan.
Hmm.
Eh.
Would you like a drink?
Sure.
What's your poison?
Oh, pure water.
Pure water. Wow. He snags a thing of water from the taxing waiter. Well, there's at least some water around here. At least I can provide you with.
Well, thank you, kind sir.
Away from my soup, kitty. Away from my soup. Anyway, so he's clearly trying to smooth you, to smooth, or however you pronounce it, you with you and flirt. He seems quite interested in taking with you as he tries to chat you up.
Sarah's gonna smile and chat a little, try to find out any information. Saying like, oh, who else is here? If you don't mind me asking.
Well, there's pretty much the cream of the crop here in Ravenwood. Oh, the Stutters parties are just so famous these days. Everyone has to be here. And then he frowns a bit. Well, except for poor Kim, who died this morning. She used to come to all of these.
I'm so sorry to hear.
Well, she was quite a popular girl. Had to be seen at every party.
I bet so. She must have been very beautiful.
Oh, yes. But, of course, she would have probably been more interested in you than me.
Oh, and why is that?
Well, she only went for other women.
I don't know how to react to that.
He smiles. And, well, it's too bad Gregor never wanted to take no for an answer with her. You always
What was that?
I said it's too bad Gregor never wanted to take no for an answer with her. He always tried to persuade her to come to bed with him.
Really?
Yes, indeed. Yet still, she would come back to these parties.
Oh, wow. Gonna keep that information for Cujo.
So Cujo, you're keeping an eye on your target while you're eating.
Well, I'm looking between him and Sarah.
So you're keeping an eye on Sarah. Okay. Roll a spot check. All right. At one point, as you're watching Sarah flirting, apparently flirting back with the guy, you turn back to look to where Gregor is and see that he's gone.
Damn it. Okay, now's not the time to panic. I'm going to walk to an area conveniently close to the area he was, but not quite that area, so it doesn't look suspicious. And then I'm gonna make another spot check.
All right.
Oh my! Really?
You did not 20?
No.
No,
rolled the
I
same
got
thing
the
you did
same
before.
exact thing.
You walk over to the archway, and you still don't see him. You see the people he was talking to earlier, for the most part, and they all seem to be talking with each other now instead of the attention that used to be on him. Sarah, what are you going to be doing while Cujo has lost sight of his target?
How did we... I'm gonna probably ask for the person's... if he could point out any other important individuals here.
Oh, who haven't you met yet? He asks.
I haven't really met any of the important individuals.
Well, surely you've met Gregor. I mean, you did come. You did get an invite to this party.
Yeah, I did. He was over there. I pointed at where he was
And now Cujo is standing in that where he was. Well,
I'm not
close to
standing
it.
exactly where he was. I'm standing near where he was.
Well, Cujo is standing in that general area where he wasn't before.
He was over there.
Yeah, well, he's probably gone off to his room with someone. So what about you? What are your plans for the evening?
Oh, I'll probably eat, dance, talk to people,
Dancing
make
sounds
make friends, basically.
dancing sounds good. Would you like to dance with me, lady? My lady?
Not not right now, but I will later.
All right then. I look forward to sharing a dance with you then. Excuse me.
First, I must go talk to one of my escorts to see if he's okay. You always have to be nice to
Jonathan-
long distance family.
Yeah. Jonathan smiles and nods at you and waves you away.
Sarah's just gonna walk up to Cujo and relay all the information secretly.
Did you see where he went, by any chance?
The information that I got was saying that he mostly takes probably a young lady to his room. It's
Right.
like one of the guests told me. But he was also envious of, I don't know her name, I forgot it,
Kim.
of Kim. Kim, because she goes after women and he always wanted to take her to bed.
Okay, I'll go check it out. You keep schmoozing.
You mean getting information?
Yeah, schmoozing. Have you never heard of the term schmoozing?
No, I haven't.
What kind of backwards place did you come from?
A backward place that won't take backward lip. Now, I'll go get you your information. You go sneak around. And be safe.
Yeah,
You are my escort.
I thought it was the skeleton.
Oh no, he's the bodyguard. You're the escort.
I want you to know that although prostitution is legal here, I am not a prostitute.
Sure you're not, Cujo. Sure you're not.
Okay.
Anyway, onward to the search. I'm gonna ask one of the random people where his room is.
And Sarah's gonna walk away.
Hey, do you know where Gregor's room is? He dropped something earlier and I need to give it back to him, but I don't have no idea where he went, so I'm just gonna drop it off at his door.
The man nearby to Cujo who overhears this, or who Cujo decided to point out and talk to, frowns a little bit at Cujo's explanation and goes, "Why would you need to know where his room is? Just hand whatever happened, whatever you have, back to one of the servants, and I'm sure they'll get it back to him."
It's very personal.
I'm sorry. Can you say that again?
It's very personal.
It's his penis.
It's his lady's panties.
So basically, what you're saying is it's embarrassingly personal and something that you just want to feel more comfortable about handing it to him in person.
Yes.
Alrighty, I can work with that. The man frowns a bit at Cujo's explanation and just reiterates, servants can be very discreet. They know everything anyway. They do the laundry.
I don't think you understand. This is something you cannot trust servants with.
Well, ask one of them where his room is then. How would I know?
You haven't been there?
Of course not. I am not a woman.
You think that matters? I say as I walk away. Yeah, I'm gonna ask one of the servants then.
Yeah, they're discreetly standing in the corner and are actually kind of surprised when you walk up to one of them. Sir, is there something you could need help with?
Can you point me to Gregor's room?
He looks you over. Why, Bertel, would you need to go there?
It's some very important personal business.
Did he tell you you need to be there?
Yes.
Well, I see. I guess I can escort you there, and if he tells me to throw you out, I shall throw you out.
Alright.
Yes, takes Cujo up to the room where you can already hear some various noises coming from the other side. The particular servant reddens in the face and looks over at Cujo. I think we should not disturb him right now.
I was asked specifically to come here at this time.
I do find that explanation rather unlikely. He looks you over again.
He lost a bet.
I see. Then you could be the one to knock on his door.
Alright.
Knock, 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 knock. The noise is cut off, and you hear mostly a yell and a curse, and some fumbling around. And eventually the door opens, and a younger version of the man that stopped your carriage earlier pokes his head out. Pretty much looks almost a lot like his dad, same issues, but he's a
and
lot younger.
everything.
Yep. Yeah. Mean little eyes.
Sir, I would like to ask you some questions.
The butler, the servant pales under this and discreetly tries to sneak away as he realizes that he's been had. Gregory doesn't seem to notice. He's focused mainly on you. What the fuck are you doing here?
I'm here to ask you some questions about, Kim Kardashian.
What? Who the fuck cares
I
about
forgot what her name was.
Kim?
Kim.
I just called her.
I'm here to ask you some questions about Kim.
Who the fuck cares about that? I don't want to say it, but use your imagination. I want to say the C word. I can't. It's in my head, but I can't actually
Too bad,
physically say
Floozy.
it.
Too back, Lucy.
That whore, that slut, that bitch, that
The C word.
cunt.
Okay.
Yes, I can't actually use that word for some reason. I think because
Why?
it makes me want to go crazy and start ripping people apart if I try to say it. But let's pretend. But let's just say he's saying it, so he's being extremely offensive, and so he says that over. Basically refers to her as that, and just says, "Why the fuck would anyone care about her?" Blah blah blah. She's dead. Who cares?
Well, she was
Leave me the
murdered,
hell
so
alone.
the police care.
Fuck the police. We're richer than the police. We'll just buy the hell. Stop questioning us.
And that you also want to take her to bed. Don't remember that, Cujo. Forget that.
Well, we have reports that you wanted to, bet her, but she refused your advances.
Why would I want to bet her? I can bet any woman I want.
Not her.
Not according to the rumors you get.
Bah. What are they saying? They're saying I couldn't bed some friggin' curse word again.
Some carpet
Yes.
mistress?
Are you just role-playing a Trump rally right now?
Yes, basically.
I couldn't sexually harass women because they're too ugly.
No, he's not even talking about the fact that she's ugly. He's gushing out the fact that she was a lesbian. So
Oh.
That's
Oh,
why
that's
I
what
said
you meant.
carpet That's why I said carpet muncher.
Yeah, all I heard was curse word, curse word, curse word.
I could have told you she was a lesbian the first
Yeah, she was
moment
flirting
we
with
started talking.
Yuki. Did you guys miss that yet? The last session, she was flirting with
Oh
Yuki.
no. I figured that out real fast as soon as I saw the flirtatious in the windows with black cover.
I wasn't paying attention. The only thing I was paying attention to was arresting somebody.
Yeah. But anyway. So
Could have gotten eaten out, Yuki.
he starts poking Cujo in the chest with one of his fat fingers.
So would you like to answer these questions now, or would you like to answer them downtown?
I said, get the fuck out of here.
Ma'am, could you please leave us?
I think he just answered where he wants. He just told you where he wants to answer them, right?
So the woman who had gone off to bed with him gathers up her clothes and does the quick run naked, holding clothes at strategic points out of the room.
Now, do you know anyone who would want to murder her?
Why the fuck should I know? I said, get out of here.
Well, I mean, I don't see anyone forcing me out of here. And it's just you, me, and this blunt instrument.
What blunt instrument are you talking about, Kato, by the way?
Oh shit, I forgot to write it down. I want to prepare my sap.
Okay, so you're holding your sap in one hand. He doesn't appear to notice, and he attempts to shove you.
Sir? If you
It is very ineffectual.
Sir, do not force me to respond violently.
I said, get the fuck out. He attempts to shove you a second time. 15 this time. I think, unless you roll a reflex save on that.
Fucking really?
You get pushed back a little bit.
That too, Cujo, that too.
Fucking why?
Why do you have such a poor reflex? You're a rogue.
It's 7, that's not 4, is
How
it?
3-level rogue, 5-level wizard, that's why.
Ah, that explains why you're so terrible. You should have just did a spell thief.
He wants to be a wizard. Leave him alone.
I know I should have done spell thief, but shut up. I was a rogue first.
So how do you respond to being pushed back?
Okay. Have him make a fort save.
Alright. 4. I don't...
He's now blind.
Bird?
And now,
He lets out a screaming howl from this.
and now I run away. As per usual. And then I sneak back into the party and pretend like
Move
nothing happened.
silently! Move silently!
Move silently, check.
Yay!
I am a
Nope.
god.
Yes, you are the god of rogues. Nobody has noticed that you even left the party, let alone that you've come back. As far as anyone else around you is concerned, you've always been standing there. Even as Gregor's screams come down from the from an upper floor, and let's see. He does not trip down the stairs, thankfully. He manages to navigate the stairs and gets down to the floor, but he has no idea who blinded him. But he's screaming.
How long is he blind
and,
for?
Permanently until dispelled.
Nice.
But he's screaming, and the servants are rushing up. The bards have stopped the music, and everybody else hushes up.
Sarah's gonna cling to the one guy that she was talking to before. Like, oh my god, what happened?
Jonathan is staring open-mouthed at the
I'm gonna have to
situation.
sneak out of the party now.
You snuck back in successfully, so nobody knew you were even gone.
Yeah, but that one servant can point me out.
No, even the servant seems to have convinced himself that you are a different person and doesn't recognize you.
Okay, sweet. Sweet.
So are you getting back together with Sarah, or how are you going to handle this?
Is Sarah with somebody?
Sarah is standing next to this guy named Jonathan, who you've not been introduced to.
Okay, I'm gonna keep eating stuff then.
Alright. Well, the servant who escorted you originally looks at you for a moment, rubs his head, and seems to think that he should know you, but doesn't. Aww. Kitty in lap now. Yay! So, Sarah, you gonna stay at the party now, or are you gonna leave, or what?
I still want to know what's gonna happen. I want more juicy details.
Okay, Antiana, from your perspective, you suddenly see guards rushing up towards the mansion. Antiana?
Oh, sorry, I was muted. I said good for the gods.
Are you going to stay in the carriage and do nothing, or are you going to find out what's going on?
You know what? I'm still maintaining concentration on my thing. Let me just alt tab out of the game I played in the background while the party was going on. I'm still maintaining concentration on my spell, so I can change the illusion however I wanted to. I change it to a person tapping on a shoulder saying, sir, would you please approach the carriage? Like one of the guards.
One of the guards who is hanging back heads up towards the carriage.
May I ask why you are rushing the party, sir?
Something's happened to Gregor, one of them says. He's apparently gone blind all of a sudden.
Give me 1 second to look at the spell. Blindness, deafness. Bring him out here, I'll solve it for you.
What? You're a healer, sir?
No, but I'm a wizard. And if he goes suddenly blind, I'm assuming there's some magic involved. Bring him out here, I'll solve it.
We'll see what he says, sir. He relays the message back to the ranks to get towards the party. From inside the party, you guys suddenly hear that someone outside might have a solution to this. Can you guys hear the cat purring?
What?
Because the cat is right in my face right now, purring very loudly. I'm wondering if you guys can hear her.
You got
No.
that pussy purring.
Deep, don't play with my necklace. So what are you guys gonna do now that you're seeing some of them talking to Gregor and they're trying to escort him outside?
I'm gonna do nothing but eat snacks.
Alright, Sarah?
Probably the guy.
My job's done. Now it's all up to Antiano to read his mind.
Alrighty. So, since there's no impedance, he is escorted outside to the carriage. So,
I think
Antiano?
Antiano's preheating his oven.
Whoops. didn't hear that.
He typed
What?
it.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
you did
didn't see
then.
that because I was just listening to the conversation, and then suddenly I looked over at the typing. Sorry, the cat decided to curl up on top of me, and so I've been sitting here petting her. Nice woman, purry cat. And she's laying right on my she's laying right on my chest. Her crutches are on my lap, but her paws are on my chest. In fact, one paw is trying to paw at my necklace. She's very cute. We have to wait for Ancion to come back. It's his turn now. Yeah, hopefully this will lead to Yuki being taken out of prison because the city guard will rather have the guy who's behind the assassination rather than the assassin who carried it out.
If push comes to shove, and I only have like an hour left, I will offer Yuki a deal to turn in the guy in exchange for her freedom.
What guy? No one gave me who it was besides just the.
Yeah, I don't think
contract.
I don't think Yuki knows, but I imagine Yuki could probably bluff it or whatever.
If Yuki doesn't know, then no deal. No dice.
Yeah, I think you could potentially see my cat if you're sitting there on Twitch right now. Nope, I think the webcam's not high enough. And it's too dark. Darn it.
I say a cat head.
Okay, so you
It
can't
is
see
rather
her.
dark.
Yeah. And she's dark in color, too.
And hi, tall sword. I will BRB. I need to go bio.
Okay. Oh, cat paw.
Wait, they let great swords in?
Wait, did they let him bring a greatsword in?
Yes, because whatever forged documents you handed the guy convinced him that this was allowed.
Oh, sweet. I pickpocketed the best invite.
Yes.
You probably pickpocket like the idea of a mob boss or something. Anything I missed?
We're just waiting for you because Regular's been escorted outside to you. He looks like a younger version of his father.
Bring him here. Oh, I forgot to make a macro. Caster level.
Ow, 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 ow. Those are claws in my leg, kitty. Those are claws in my leg.
Whoops.
Hey, at least it's better than teeth.
+5 is 7.
I don't know. I
Nine.
think I'd probably prefer teeth rather than claws.
I was making a joke.
I'm assuming 22 beats 16, so the blindness is dispelled.
Whoa, whoa. Shut up.
He can see again, assuming you could use blindness deafness. I guess correctly, right?
Yeah, it was blindness deafness.
Good.
Yeah, he can see again. He's rubbing his eyes and breathing a sigh of relief. Jeez.
All better now?
Read
He
his
squints.
mind.
He squints around the area around himself. I can see again. What did that
Sorry, I
guy
didn't
do
hear
to
what you
me?
said.
I said, I can see again. What did that guy do to me? That asshole. He starts
You
listing out a
apparently
bunch of explicitives.
annoyed someone enough to place a minor spell on you.
You know,
You don't have anyone in your house who can deal with this. This city is pathetic.
There was this asshole who was trying to
since you are
demand I come
here-
downtown.
Would you like to join me for a trip down to the precinct?
What? You too? He starts yelling expletives again and, shouts at his
Me
guards
too?
to arrest you.
What do you mean, me too?
That's the same thing the guy inside who did that to me said.
Okay, so someone committed a crime against you. So let's go down to the precinct. We can discuss the questions I have for you. And you may be able to point out whoever committed a crime against you.
The guards are advancing on you. He doesn't seem to be listening to your explanation of this.
Why is the guard advancing on me?
They're private guards. They don't work for the city. They work for the estate. So he pays them.
Sir, please call off your guards. I just helped you. And I really don't want to cause a scene on the street.
Clearly, you're in cahoots with the guy that blinded me. This was
Yeah,
all
I'm
a
in
ploy.
cahoots with the guy that blinded you. That's why I just lifted a spell that was put on you.
Because you
I
said
don't
the
know what
exact
school you
same
went to, but did they teach you basic logic there, or just how to be a rich brat?
basic logic. You say the exact same things he said.
I didn't say
I'm
that.
sitting outside telling everyone in the city that you're wanted for questioning at the precinct. So why wouldn't I say it to you?
He starts heading back inside.
Do the guards leave me alone?
The guards are surrounding your carriage. One of them taps on you. So you better get out
No,
of
the
here.
guards are not surrounding my carriage. I'm acting way before.
What?
I said I'm acting way before the guards are surrounding my carriage.
Then you're gonna have to write it down because I couldn't hear anything what you were saying.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, because they were starting to advance on your carriage as he was leaving, and you didn't say any action, so they
Yeah, I
got
said, that's why because I said call off your guards. He left, and then I would like to interact with the guards. Sleet storm across everything but my cart. In the complete area where the guards are in, between the guards and my cart.
You're going to attack them.
I'm not attacking them at all.
I
I'm
just
just
heard.
making it difficult for them to walk towards me.
Okay. I was hearing storm, and all I could think of is damaging spells.
No, sleet storm is just I'm making the floor ice and make it impossible for them to see me. I do that as a swift action, by the way.
Okay. Well, as you're doing that, Cujo's trying to sneak back into a room. Cujo, several people notice you leaving the party.
Shit. In that case, when I get to the room, I'm gonna lock the door behind me. And then I'm
Alright.
gonna search for clues.
Yeah, well, outside, there's starting to be commotion because there's a storm brewing. All of a sudden, you're searching, and you find a notebook that states about how much he hates Kim and decides he's going to pay the Assassin's Guild to kill her because the bitch wouldn't sleep with him. Blah, blah, blah. You actually find a notebook detailing this in Gregor's handwriting with his name and, Fish's data on it. Stuff that's proven is not to be a fake. Official seal and all.
Okay, I'm gonna pocket that evidence. Then, time to sneak out a window.
Let's see. That would be probably either sleight of hand to move a window, escape artist, or move silently again.
Sleight of hand and escape artist.
Chris, I have one quick question.
Okay.
Could I use a knowledge local check to figure something out about local law?
I suppose you can. Cujo will have to help a little bit with that because this is his city. But for the most part, I guess I can answer that question. Cujo, as you leave the room, it's very noisy. You slip down a little bit of the side of the building, but you do not get yourself hurt. It does not go unnoticed, though, and the guard shouts, "Hey!" as you...
I cast Expeditious Retreat and run.
Okay, Anciano, what sort of law do you wish to know?
I want to know if the city has a law that gives you immunity if you can implicate someone else.
Yes, there are laws that can help out in that sort of case. If, for example, you happen to have been hired to do something, and in doing so you break the law. You break a law because that's what you're hired to do, and you're not from this city, and therefore wouldn't necessarily know any better. Then you could be exonerated if the person who hired you is caught, but you'd probably be deported from the city at that point, and not allowed to come
I would
back.
also like to ask the cab driver to move the car 20 feet away from the sleet storm.
Okay. Okay. The cab driver moves. Cujo, as you're running away from the outside, you notice there's a sleet storm in front of the house.
The sleet storm.
Yep.
Awesome.
Meanwhile, Sarah is still inside the house.
Who cast Blizzard?
No, I can't sleep. I also changed my image to shout at the guards.
Welcome back, Devil. So, Sarah, what are you gonna do?
Well, is the party a bust?
It looks that way.
Okay, well. I wouldn't stay sticking around much longer. I'm gonna just give agreements, and if he wants to take me home, he can.
Jonathan's willing to help take you home. He asks where you live.
Yeah. I'm staying with a family friend in town.
And where's that?
She's gonna just give the location of where the mansion is,
Alright.
and gestures her bodyguard to come over.
Is the sleet storm still going on?
Let me find out. The more important part is let me find out if I can actually cite it for it not to be going on. It will be going on for 1, 2, 3, 4, 16, a minute and 36 seconds total.
Alright. So, Sarah, as you and Jonathan get outside, you see the tail end of that sleet storm.
Wait, the end of it?
Yep. And you see Gregor stomping back into the house.
Wait, what?
You did not see Cujo.
Okay.
Do the guards want to do anything, or did they
The guards
listen to my image?
the guards are startled. They're angry about this, but they see that you're no longer on the property, so they're just.
I was
kinda
never
standing
on
there.
the property.
Yeah, he was never actually on
Oh,
there. He was
true,
just on
but-
the out. He was like just
I mean,
outside.
you're further away, so.
So. But hey, the spell ended. He gets to take me home.
Cujo, you see that the cart has moved.
Okay, I'm gonna sneak back into the car.
So I'm assuming you assaulted the man inside?
You say assaulted, I say interrogated. Potato, potato.
So, where's Sarah?
Still inside, probably.
As you look out, you see Sarah approaching with a man on her arm.
I'm just
Right over
looking
there.
to see if what she's doing.
Apparently, she picked up a date inside.
Not a date. He's
Okay.
just escorting me home.
possibly he's a prostitute?
Potato, potato.
I could
I
tell
Asking
you a
the cab
prostitute
driver
too,
to
though.
please stop next to her. And when we stop, Sarah, do you want to join us for the way home, or are you walking?
Oh no, he's gonna be my escort.
He,
Gris, swift casting detect thoughts on that guy.
what, detect that? Did you say detect thoughts?
Yep, he gets the will save.
I imagine that you're fine with that, because considering how skilled you are, I'm not even gonna bother doing a will save on this guy. He's too normal. Basically, he's just thinking about how pretty Sarah is, and wondering, the typical guy sort of thing. Who's interested in that
Okay,
sort of
so
person.
he's not trying to murder her?
No, he doesn't
Good.
want to murder her. He just,
Yeah, then
hoping
she
to
can
escort her
walk.
home and get in her good graces, and maybe at some
He just
point.
wants to put the tip in.
Okay, I'll see you at home then.
Okay.
And then I think we could... Maybe it's time we spoke to the person you arrested.
Maybe. But first, can you check to see if this book is a forgery?
Which book?
The book he's
I'm a-
carrying.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it out of my jacket. I'm gonna hand him that book. That diary journal, whatever it's called.
What kind of book is it? I mean, out of character.
It's a diary basically proving that he is the one that arranged for Kim's murder.
Let me see if I can use forgery untrained.
Yeah, you can.
Then I'm gonna roll forgery.
Well, I mean, why don't you just take a 20?
Because you can't take 20 on forgery.
Wait, why?
You can take 10 though.
It didn't matter. He did it 29.
Because you can only take 20 if failure is obvious. And detecting a forgery is not obvious.
Damn it.
I rolled a 29. I'm fairly certain it's authentic, right?
Yes, it is authentic.
As far
Even
as
has
you
a
know.
seal it even has a seal in front.
I mean, we can actually
Family
prove that
crest.
it's authentic.
Yes.
For 1,000 gold, we can prove it.
1,000 gold. What do you need 1,000 gold for?
Gloves of object reading, then we can give the gloves to the judge, have him touch the book, and he knows who handled it last.
You wouldn't need
We're
that.
not allowed to use magic.
You don't need that sort of thing. It's provable by the fact that there's a specific family seal in the front.
I mean, it seems a little too obvious that he left a journal saying, "Yo, I'm gonna kill this bitch."
It wasn't an obvious place. He found it basically inside a secret locked drawer somewhere that you managed to find because of your incredible
yeah.
search skill.
Yeah, I
I'll
rolled
be
like a
right back.
33.
My food is done.
Yeah. So sweet, we have evidence.
Yeah, basically, it's enough evidence that the captain will back down. Well, the captain will actually rather arrest this guy, or, So what do you wish to do with it? Are you going to take it to the police station?
I don't know. Actually, you know what? We probably would be going to the police station.
Now we can get some Yuki interaction tonight?
Yeah, we probably have to.
Because Blackover's been sitting there all patiently. I mean, yeah, he went off and did some other stuff for a while, but I mean, I don't want Blackover to not have any chance for interaction with the rest of us just because his character is in jail currently.
I'm literally playing Borderlands 2 now.
That is awesome.
I've been playing Pokemon while I don't have anything to do.
Yeah.
That is also awesome.
Yeah, but you brought that on yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Or wait,
Well,
you meant the
it was
ranger?
a decision last episode that I made to sleep.
Yes.
Because I was on guard all night.
But anyway, so you guys are heading back to the police station, yes, or are you heading back home?
Nah, I don't want to get stabbed. I'm going to the police station. After this shit, I'm pretty sure somebody's gonna try to kill me, at least.
I want to kill
Maybe on
Cujo. He's awesome.
That guy stole my journal. Go kill him, my gods. You know what, I'll just hire another assassin. Out of the,
Except for the
maybe
assassins.
like one or two assassins that weren't there at the time.
The Assassin's Guild itself is in ruins right now, so I guess the assassins are probably not going to take any contracts anytime soon.
Yeah, and there's no linking that to me whatsoever.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you guys are all clear on Anciano and Cujo go to police station?
Back.
Anciano and Cujo go to police station. Is this all right with you, or do you wish something else?
I want to go to the police station.
Police station it is. It is getting on towards late evening at this point, but you know that your gnome captain never sleeps. Well, he does, sort of, but you know that he's pretty much married to his job and will still be there in his office.
Married at such a young age.
So the second shift looks up as Cujo comes in.
Yo, Captain.
The gnome wanders out with a new cigar. You better have something for me, Cujo.
Not only do I have fucking evidence, but I also want to talk to the, shit, what was her name?
Yuki.
No, I'm saying that in character.
Okay. The fucking ninja girl who's in the lockup.
Assassin, girl, ninja, person. The person I arrested.
Fine. Go talk to your prisoner.
Okay, Anciano.
Yuki, except for like one meal that was given to you midday, you've been alone in your cell all day.
Yeah, I noticed.
Poor Yuki.
Suppose I could bring the thing back up.
Oops. Well, we're really not doing anything on screen. I mean, pretty much we've just been sitting here with a blank map all night. We're pretty much just doing
Okay.
theater of the mind, so unless you need to roll something.
So I've just been staring at the roof of the room.
Yo, prisoner, criminal, whatever you prefer to call yourself.
Oh, it's you.
Would you like to give testimony on who hired you?
Why? What's the point? You're just gonna throw me back in jail.
That may be true, but it'd be good.
You know, you're really horrible at this good cop, bad cop.
Damn it, that usually works.
I'm sorry. Unless you got something on the table, there's really nothing I can offer you that would make me tell you what you want to know or even help you, since you're just going to lock me back in jail.
Do you know who hired you?
Why would I give you that information when there's no deal on the table?
Okay, Anciano has detect thoughts up. So what were you thinking when you said that?
He gets a will save.
Oh shit, that's right. Make your will save.
Let me switch screens.
DC is 23. Nope. I have all her surface swords. And she doesn't know that.
So what did you think when I asked you If you knew who hired you.
Knew who hired me?
The Assassin's
I know
Guild.
who hired me.
No, that was out of character.
Obviously, you're the ones that raised it.
She's telling you the truth, Anciano.
I mean, I don't know. I need someone to tell me.
Yeah,
Because I can't literally read her mind.
Sorry, I'm also eating here. Give me a sec.
So Blackheart of the character truly not know who hired her?
Well, with him not really asking the right questions, I don't really think of who it could have been.
No, but if you're saying, I don't know who hired me, I can probably pick up from your thoughts that you're lying.
Well, the Assassin's Guild would have been the ones to hire her. She might not know directly who hired her. I mean,
Right
who hired
now,
the
you're
Assassin's
pretty
Guild.
much getting the feeling that the only thing she really knows is that the Assassin's Guild are the ones who actually truly know who it was. And you pretty much just killed them all.
Okay, does the Assassin's Guild have records?
Probably
I'm asking.
not at this point.
Assassin, do you guys keep records for blackmail purposes?
I sure as hell know I wouldn't keep records if I was trying to kill someone.
What is that what you thought?
No, it's what I would do.
That wasn't in character. Naziano still has to take thoughts on.
Yeah,
As far as I
Antiana.
know, that was in character. You didn't specify.
We need to ask after every line, every time you say something, you need to say if it's true from your thoughts. That's why he asked.
Yeah. That's why I keep saying things like, is that what you thought? Because he's detecting
Yeah.
your thoughts right now.
Every single random thought that goes through your brain, I read.
Yeah, that's what the spell does. Since you didn't get you didn't get the will save.
Okay, well, none specified or actually told me anything about that, so I really could care less. But I'll play along.
What?
And you guys already fucked me over in this whole entire campaign. Now, if you're reading my thoughts, me personally, I would not keep records that would incriminate me, and knowing that Assassin's Guild probably does the same thing.
Okay. So the quest to get a reason to spring Yuki from jail continues.
Yep.
Thanks. I'm going back to my game.
We're still talking to you.
Yeah.
Continue. I can do multitasking.
Do you know anything about the poison that killed Kim?
Well, they said they wanted it quick. Let's put it that way.
Because, I mean, if you did know about because if you were an expert on the poison, we might be able to, drop the charges and call you in as an expert witness.
Well, how does the Assassin's Guild receive payment after a job is done?
Normally, they meet him in person. You don't pay, things get worse.
Who met the guy?
Well, I don't know. You probably killed him. I'm just given a job.
Yeah, everything.
I'm writing something on a piece of paper. I'm writing it in chat because reasons. I'm handing you that piece of paper, Kujo.
What's your stance on lying?
He's asking you, Blackcover.
Oh, I know. Stats on lying. Well, everyone lies, including you. Tell me you've never lied once.
No, because I have lied multiple times. I'm not gonna lie about that.
Well, you just proved my point. Everyone lies.
Yes, but I mean, if I get you a written contract and you lie a little, I could get you out of here.
I'm interested.
See, we're not really interested in you. We're more interested in the rich brat that hired you, and if you pose as the envoy of the Assassin's Guild and get him to pay you, we have irrefutable evidence to throw that guy in jail forever. Which would honestly, personally make me very happy. Because if you meet the guy, you would also want him to rot away forever.
Why? Is he a womanizer?
He's an asshole.
Could have
What
just said
he said, and I
womanizer.
pointed Kujo.
I suppose I could lie some. It's not like I haven't lied before.
No, this would have been somehow funny for me if you had said, no, see, I poison people in bars, but lying is where I draw the line.
That would actually be pretty fucking funny.
So is it a
Kujo,
deal?
I think it's time to speak with you speak with your captain.
Yeah, okay, I'll get all this paperwork shit done. And then we'll set up the sting. I'm gonna go talk to the captain.
The captain's still in his office.
What?
Oh no, I was just making the little, transition music. The captain's still in his office.
Okay. Captain,
He looks up from his
me and
paper,
my...
working his cigar. Yeah, Kujo, you got something good for us now?
Yes. Not only do I have evidence, but me and my associate have created a plan which could actually make the guy go away for just about ever.
Better have a solid foundation. I mean, I saw the evidence in the journal. It's pretty solid. But we need something extra, like a confession or, an entrapment of some kind. Yeah, I'm locked away for good.
Well, boss, don't call it entrapment. We both know that's illegal. But still.
We call it an undercover operation.
Yeah, we call it an undercover operation, sir.
Yeah.
Basically, what we're going to do is we're just going to use that assassin and pretend that she's going to receive the payment from the guy, thus permanently incriminating him.
Let's see. Is this your thinking or that guy you brought in with you?
What?
Is this your thinking, Kujo, or is it that guy that you brought in with you thinks this plan?
I like to think of it as a team effort.
Let's see. I'm convincing that you got a solid foundation here. Sounding pretty promising already from you. Yeah, this guy does not like Kujo.
We could even, if we can arrange for a mirror to be brought into a judge's office, I could even show you immediately what is happening during the exchange directly to the judge, which would probably constitute solid evidence.
Nah. Anything on a mirror can be created and manufactured by the wizard.
That's why we're going to have 10 guards there. all in civilian gear, to arrest him when the time comes and be eyewitnesses.
All right, I like that plan, Cujo. He points at Cujo now and just kind of glares at the wizard. Put it together, and we'll have it done tomorrow.
All right. Let's do this. Planning montage.
Cujo,
Dun,
shock,
dun,
action shot,
dun,
drawing
dun,
outline of building.
dun, dun, dun.
Action shot, Cujo running upstairs. Action shot, Cujo making access where the guards are. Action shot, Cujo writing contract for Yuki.
Action shot. Me eating a sandwich. Action shot.
I was
Keanu doing magic shit.
about to put in that action shot of Cujo having a sandwich, but I was laughing too much, and Cujo beat me to it.
I'll be right back. I need to wash my hands. That's a bit greasy.
Okay, are you gonna bring in Sarah and the ranger into this mission?
Only if they want to.
Let's get the group together. No more people left behind.
Yes.
And a reason to give even the ranger experience points.
Okay, if you guys insist so much, I guess I can grease a few palms and get you in, but it's gonna cost you a little.
Who will be bribing?
Oh, damn it, Anciano, I'm trying to extort money out of them.
Of whom?
He wants them to give him a bribe so that he lets them in.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't here. Who is he trying to shake down?
Hunter and Sarah.
Yeah, well, the ranger's taking none of it.
Alright.
Hang on a second. Let me roll a check for that.
Let me know if I see this. Otherwise, I'm just sitting.
You know what, actually Sarah's on Maclean, because I already deputized her.
Yep.
Damn it,
Also,
I can't extort her.
assuming at some point in this, I would go home and sleep so I could re-prepare spells.
Is
Yeah.
this, are you trying to intimidate me into paying you to be part of this, or are you trying to,
No, I'm just
Trickery
offering a
and
friendly
guile, sir.
suggestion.
Trickery and guile.
I'm just offering a friendly suggestion.
In other words, he wants everyone in so everyone gets experience and gets participation.
Yeah, everyone is in. We can move on.
No, the role is to see if the ranger gives Cujo money or not.
Okay, we can figure this out really easily. Ranger, is your int score 2? Or is your wisdom score 2? Otherwise, you're not giving that guy money.
no.
See? Problem
Gus is
solved.
foiled again by people who aren't retarded.
Hey, if you bribe me, I let you help me on my own operation.
You should teach that Magikarp salesman a thing or two.
Hey, you don't know. Maybe you could be Huck Finn.
I mean,
Wait, was it
I'm
Huck
pretty-
Finn or Tom Sawyer?
actually,
Wait a minute, was it Huck
it's
Finn?
good that Kuja has a job with the...
Guys, I can't remember. Literary. Was it Huck Finn or Tom Sawyer that tricked people into painting a fence for him?
Oh, that's Tom Sawyer.
Okay, Tom Sawyer. Sorry, he could be Tom Sawyer. He could be you could be easily tricking an otherwise intelligent person into giving him money to do something for him.
Yeah, but it only works if the writer is actively helping you.
Yeah. I mean, Mark Twain was a bro.
I mean... Damn, I forgot what it was. Yeah, it's good that Kujo is a police officer, because I'm pretty sure a career as a used magic item salesman would not provide for his living expenses. Only lightly used.
And then he's gonna
So-
sell somebody a lamp that turns out to have a genie inside. Anyway.
I'm placing a scrying sensor on Yuki.
It's the next day, so it's time for the operation.
Yeah,
Sarah,
I put
here?
I put a scrying sensor in Yuki's pocket. So I can scry on the situation without fail, so we know when to intervene.
Yuki, are you okay with this?
Yeah, I guess.
Sarah, are you here? No response. I think Sarah's away.
Maybe she moved to Canada. Oh, she's muted, so talking would be difficult for her.
Yeah.
We can't just say she's here.
We can believe.
She's probably off peeing or something.
Yeah. Or she's taking care of Tipo in character.
No, I mean, she's probably with us because she's probably IRL off peeing.
I know.
So let's move to operation time.
Alright, so everybody's cool. The ranger's gonna be hanging out at the top of a building, I take it, spying on things?
Pretty much.
Alright, that sounds
On
good.
top of which building?
Well, he hung out on top of the roof of your building to spy on things.
Yeah, but I mean, when
I'm gonna change his name permanently to Hawkeye, I think.
my point is, on the top of which building is he gonna sit? Is he gonna walk on that guy's property and sit on top of his building?
Where's the meeting supposed to take place? I thought it was gonna be taking place away from the manor, since that would be a little too obvious.
I have no idea. I was peeing for part of this plan.
Okay. Well, basically, the way I picture it is that you're in some alley in the middle of the city instead of near his property, so there's plenty of buildings around it, plenty of places for the guards to hide.
Oh, in that case, why don't we just make an alleyway?
We have an alleyway map, don't we?
No. I mean, I can literally make an alleyway with major image.
Or
So
there's
all
that.
the guards are standing on one side of a wall and can see through, and that guy can't see on the other side.
Okay. So, what? All right. So, where are you actually going to be standing?
I mean, let's pick one part of this map as the alleyway. Let's say we pick the top right corner as the alleyway.
Oh, so you're actually going to be standing in an alleyway. You're just making it smaller.
No, I mean, I was about to describe it. We're basically taking the top right corner as the alleyway, and instead of the normal streets, which would be like 15 foot, I am basically making a wall so that the alleyway is only 10 foot.
Okay, then choose the question then.
And everyone else sits behind that wall.
All right. Yuki, you ready to play your part?
Yeah, give me a sec. Okay,
All right.
let's do what we can.
All right. You managed to get enough of the Assassin's Guild protocols to know where you're supposed to meet. You managed to get out a message based on what you know that payment is still needing to be rendered, and where for Gregor to meet you in order to pay you for your job. He still has yet to realize that his notebook has been stolen.
Scrub.
It's in a secure
So I'm
location.
assuming
He
it's
doesn't look at
not
it every
this
day.
particular building right now.
We're up there.
I don't see any of you guys. I see you guys still in the same building.
Yeah, we
No,
can't move out.
Because this should be about here if you want to use it for an actual alley instead of more theater of the mind.
My God, I'm trapped in the building.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
trapped by
just-
the dynamic light.
Just delete your current token and then bring it out again.
Yeah, only Gris can move us from this building.
Yeah, sorry.
No, I'm just gonna do it myself. Wait, why on earth does Kujo get the wrong token when he pulled himself on?
Hmm?
He got the one without dynamic lighting again. How do you... Yeah, that's what's confusing me, because normally if one pulls from your thing, there should the correct token should come out. It's weird.
Yeah, he'll fix it later.
You can move on the street, right? With your token?
What?
Can you move your token on the street? Yeah, see, because you have a non-dynamic light. Why do you get a different token than I get when I pull your token on?
Because God has no mercy.
It's weird.
Maybe because he had GM, you had GM settings and he
No.
doesn't.
Because it also works for my sheets when I'm not on GM powers. This is weird. I don't like it.
Okay, so everybody's here who's gonna be in this part. All right then. It's getting on towards noon when you promise to meet Gregor. He's still a little bit pissed off as he approaches, still thinking about the night before where he was blinded, taken advantage of, all sorts of bad stuff. Well, not that sort of taken advantage of, but he felt like it to him that's what he constitutes a violation. So
Being blinded. It's getting to thicker skin.
well, yeah. Anyway, he has a briefcase that he's holding, and he gets into the alley, and he stops when he sees Yuki.
You finally came.
He looks behind himself for a minute, then looks back at Yuki. You the pro? He asks.
That is my name.
Interesting. He sets the case down. It's all here. The amount agreed upon.
You sure it's all there?
Of
Seems a
course.
little light from last we agreed.
Ha. I'm sure that your superiors will find this to be exactly the amount that we agreed. Were you the one that took care of her?
They asked for me, yes.
Excellent. She must have been easily drawn to you, and her guard must have gone down. He offers you the case.
I grab the case.
Now I imagine this is the part where you guys are going to try to arrest Gregor, or are you waiting for something else?
Did we discuss
I mean,
a signal?
it's Kujo's law enforcement operation, so I'm waiting on his signal.
Alright.
Oh,
Kujo
yeah,
isn't
let's
here?
do it. I was waiting for an excuse to beat the shit out of him, but I don't think we're gonna get that. So yeah, let's just go now.
So I
Suddenly,
turn my back and start walking toward.
as you do so, suddenly the alley fills with, or what was the real alley, fills with city guards and a few other people.
Heads up, you're under arrest for murder of Kim.
Gregor screams in outrage and starts denying everything, even though you all witnessed him turning over the case to Yuki.
Stop resisting arrest.
He continues to scream and shout even as he is cuffed.
But put your hands behind your head and get on the ground.
He refuses.
I shoot him with an arrow. In the knee, if I can.
Roll your attack roll.
Yep, getting there.
You know what? I cast
Would I be
Shadow Well on him.
technically flanking?
Cast what?
Shadow Well.
What does
Chris,
that?
would I be
I don't like
flanking?
the guy, so I might as well
Yes,
be
you
mean
can
to him.
count it as flanking.
Well, I mean, you can't flank with a ranged weapon.
Oh, can't? Okay.
Yeah, it only works with melee.
Eh.
Alright, let's
That
try
makes
that.
sense.
That's why ranged rogues are so much worse than melee rogues.
Yeah. That's why you generally need to like get spells and shit in order to be a ranged rogue, so you can get them
Really?
flat-footed.
I'm assuming it's 24 hits.
Yeah.
Chris, I would like a will save from that guy.
I honestly don't think it will save will matter.
I'm
Nah,
assuming
you
he
guys
has
are playing-
a shadow, right?
I'm assuming, would 24 be enough to actually hit his knee?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
went over that, he said.
Alright.
Chris, he has a shadow, right?
Yes.
Okay. He is now trapped in the shadow realm for 8 rounds.
There are no rounds. What are you doing? He's handcuffed.
What? You didn't play a children's card game with him?
Let me rephrase. He is now trapped in the shadow. He is now trapped in the realm of shadow for 48 seconds. Afterwards, he cuts out and is frightened for 1d4 rounds.
You've now caused a problem because now he's trapped and can't be moved out of the range for nearly a minute, and then after that he's shouting and screaming uncontrollably and thrashing in Kuto and the other guard's grip.
Yeah, but he can't annoy me anymore.
Okay, then I'd start beating him with my sap.
Stop refusing arrest.
Kuto
I heard
is
a loud
being
noise. Burst into the house.
I heard a suspicious noise.
I mean, you heard a loud noise too, right, Frank? Yeah, I totally did.
Unfortunately, bad stuff like that is actually happening in the United States as we speak. Anyway.
Stuff happens everywhere.
Anyway, you've beaten him. You've done magical things to him. You've shot him with an arrow. He now can't walk.
Don't worry, he's
That's not a problem.
unconscious, so that means
He's also 300 pounds. So good luck.
I mean, you make it seem like that's our problem that he can't walk.
Yeah, I mean, we have like 10
his
guards.
problem.
We have
I'm
like 10
pretty
guards
sure
here,
the
and we're just
arrow in
going.
the knee doesn't help.
And also, we're just going to pay the same cleric we always pay to keep this hushed, because he's going to be fine for his trial.
I like that you're the standard bright cleric.
I like how corrupted you guys are.
Well, if it gets the job done, it gets the job done.
Misty good as shit.
Sounds worse than what I did.
All right, everyone present.
No.
Everyone present in this group tonight gets 500 EXP for completing this mission.
Yay!
Do I get XP?
Yes, as I said, everyone, because you were at the party. You had information, and that helped
I'm
Kujo
a
get
big
away with
fan
stuff.
of 500 EXP. That's easy to write into my character sheet.
And you have now acquired Yuki from the town guard. Although I think
Yay.
they would be happier if she left town, but she's your problem now. And your responsibility.
She's your
Why is
problem.
everything always my problem?
Because you're the
Because-
you're the rich guy who's trying to run the party. Therefore, everybody.
Because you're like the most competent person in town, so everyone hands you their problems.
And yet he's the guy that goes charging off when things happen.
I'm not a fan of this sound? Why did I move here?
Because
I don't know,
the property rates were cheap. You could buy a huge estate for the amount of money you had, plus furnish a
now I
library and the servants.
Now I
And
understand why land is so cheap in this town.
Because as long as you pay them, it's legal to experiment on orphans here.
Isn't it everywhere?
No, you have to pay hush money there. Here, you just have to pay, like, I don't know, taxes or some shit. I don't pay them anyway, but still.
anyway,
Seriously.
oh, but apparently we can now get everyone back into Antiana's house.
Except Dwarf Friend, but the Dwarf Friend is easy to get in because he isn't actively under suspicion for a crime. And by suspicion, I mean actively committed one.
Dwarf
The dwarf I built, so we have a tank
Oh,
again.
dwarf friend. I thought you said dwarf for some reason.
Don't worry, I got this.
So, Sarah, Tipo, did anything happen while we were away?
Sarah was
Well,
with
no,
us.
oh, that's...
Oh, nope, okay.
Oh no! On this operation, Sarah stayed back with Tipo. Sarah was there for the night before during the acquisition of the evidence, though.
Everything all clear.
Okay, so no one suspicious around the place? Good. I go back up to my roof hide and try and conceal it a bit more.
Are you sure something suspicious didn't happen in the bakery down the street?
My only concern is this pop.
Are you sure I don't have to confiscate some of their
This town
muffins?
does not have an internal investigations department.
What's that?
Alright.
Can you eat it?
How's my hide going on that roll?
Very good. You're hidden.
Awesome. Thank you.
I offer Yuki a bed and something to eat.
Yay, food, finally.
Yeah, you weren't given much at the police station. Pretty much just bread and water in the middle of the day. That big guy is not going to last very long. He's going to shrink down to nothing.
Why? Baker has a lot of reserves to go through all the bread.
Yeah, but he's going to whine every minute of it, and the guards are going to get fed up and beat him more.
And then we just pay the cleric more hush money.
Personally, why is this guy always getting beaten?
And then he opens his mouth
That's
and the
what we
cleric
pay you to not
understands.
ask.
I climb up to the roof where Jarak is. So, the other night you were looking for an adventuring group, right?
Yes, I was.
Did you happen to have something in mind that you would need a group for? Because it might be wise to leave town for a while.
Are you saying all of us are gonna leave, or you just want me to leave?
I would suspect that everyone that was just involved in apprehending that rich Brad is probably on the hit list of his even brattier father now.
Well,
So, it seems like a good time for a nice country vacation.
yeah, I mean, I don't have anything really specific that I wanted to do. It's more that I just wanted to go out and see if I could meet some new people and maybe get paid, if you know what I mean.
I mean,
Gotta make the money.
How much XP did we get?
500.
500.
Could you... I mean, everyone is here in the house now. Could you go keep your ear out around town if there's maybe something that we could do for like a week or two while the old man calms down?
I could do that. This old man, he was the one that was complicit in ordering that murder, wasn't he?
No, he wasn't, but we just arrested his son, and he was about as unpleasant to talk to than that guy's son. How are you just 300...
No, I forgot to change the one on my referee.
Yeah, because you should be at 28,500.
Mm-hmm. Well, this character seems rather unfavorable. I'll keep my eyes out for him as well as, obviously anything else that we could possibly do.
Good, I'll make sure the wards on this house are up to date. Thank you. I head back
Cool.
down.
I'm
Chris,
gonna
this
take
is
one
the point where you
last
give us a quest talk.
look around, and yes, this is the point where you tell Jirak as he takes one more look around and starts venturing out into the town what's going to go on.
Chris?
Time? What? I'm sorry, what?
Well, we
Are
just
you
literally
asleep?
RP'd. We just literally RP'd the way into you giving us a quest hook.
Yeah, we did to make
So
it
we
Yeah,
can move
yeah.
on.
Hey, can we get it? We
And I,
agreed?
and I was sitting here thinking we need to take a break for a little bit. Maybe 10
Okay,
minutes.
But
Okay,
why
in
we
See if
character,
I wake up?
currently I am going around town keeping
Yeah.
my ear out for jobs that we can all do.
because
that would
I thought
pay
it wise
relatively well. And
because
that-
I talked to him and said it might be a wise idea to take a
Yeah,
short
I know. I
country
heard,
vacation for 2
yeah,
weeks.
I heard that. I was like, but I
Okay.
was saying I really wanted to take a quick break and go to the
How
bathroom.
long do you want to take
So,
a break
so I
for?
said about 10 minutes to see if I wake up because I've been drinking caffeine and everything like that, but my eyes still won't stay open.
Okay, see you
Do
in
you
10
just
minutes.
want to end it here, Chris, since we did this?
Sorry, what did you say?
Did you want to end it here, or?
Well,
Because it seems like you're getting sleepy.
I don't understand why I'm so fatigued. I slept plenty last night. I'm getting caffeine. It's just that since like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I've been feeling like if I close my eyes, I'm going to fall asleep. I felt like that even when I'm trying to drive home, which wasn't good. So I don't know what's going on. It's possible I'm coming down with a cold, which will be bad because I need to vote on Tuesday. But anyway, I'll be back shortly. I get you a flea color, didn't I? Oh, you don't want to come sit on my lap right now. I need to use the bathroom. Pretty cat.
I think they removed this chest.
You like it? It's water. Sticky? I think I need to use your flea color. Let's look at your tongue. Okay, let's get this in. Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
How are you guys doing?
Good, thanks.
Guys did the heavy lifting of cleaning out the cat box, and I'm still feeling like I'm going to pass out. I don't like this feeling. I like being awake. I don't like feeling like I need to sleep more, even though I know I slept enough. I just wish I knew why it was happening. I don't know. Yeah, unfortunately, my more creative side of my mind is just kind of shut off and doesn't wish to continue with anything. Saying, let's take a nap. Let's see where that goes.
Why is it so quiet in here?
Because nobody said anything.
Talking
Because
to
God has no mercy.
I said
Okay,
so.
it's quiet in here because God has no mercy and someone is trying to think. Okay, that makes sense.
So everyone's not tired. Yeah, my brain does not want to wake up.
Okay, I'm back. Yeah, so I chose a commando for this portion of Borderlands.
Where are you at, Borderlands?
I'm just finishing up the Southern Cove, reach Blackburn Cove. Except I'm taking the long route there. Killing all the bully moms. Got some really decent weapons too.
Weapons are good.